Bonsoir. Bonsoir, bonsoir. Est-ce que ça va bien les déprimés? Bonsoir. Grosse ambiance en cette belle soirée. De jeudi. Quelle bonne soirée. J'ai oublié mes colliers. Attendez, j'arrive. Ça va? Putain, il y a mon sac qui vient de se vider, j'ai envie de crever. J'arrive. J'arrive, je suis une petite... Je suis un petit peu coquet, j'ai pas mes colliers donc ça me gêne. Je me sens pas bien. Je n'ai rien à toucher et je ne ferai aucune blague à propos de ça. Comment ça va? Bonsoir. Où sont mes colliers? Son collier de Jean Ragnar. Ah bah bien sûr. Attends, il y a le collier de Jean Ragnar et il y a le collier de Jean Tolkien aussi. Hein. Bon, comment ça va? Est-ce que ça va bien en cette belle soirée de... En cette belle soirée de... Jeudi, j'ai déjà dit. Je l'ai déjà dit, excusez-moi, j'ai des petits soucis de mémoire. Imhotep, eh ben la chance. Je ne répéterai pas ce que j'ai mis tout à l'heure à l'écrire, bien sûr. Mais bon, voilà, l'ambiance chez moi, c'est un peu différent. Je suis flou. Eh, fils de pute. Où est la base des robes? C'est bon. Normalement, ce soir, je devrais pouvoir rôter sans me menacer de me vomir dessus. Normalement. Est-ce que vous avez passé une bonne journée, messieurs, dames, en cette belle journée de jeudi, comme explicité susditement? Normalement. Normalement. Voilà, c'est mieux. Normalement. En plus, c'est rouge sur rouge, donc ça se voit pas. On n'oublie pas le très très beau pull LMF de Noël, avec un petit zizi dans le traîneau. Il est là, le petit zizi. La journée fut bonne. Alors, alléluia ou pas? Pour ceux du coup qui n'ont pas Instagram, Sinistra a publié une story où c'était marqué mon roman a enfin un titre, point, alléluia, point. Du coup j'ai répondu, le titre est déjà pris, je pèsne. Elle a mis en story, et non, le titre n'est pas Alléluia pour les petits malins. Et j'ai dit, même pas tu me crédites. Du coup, elle en a refait une en disant, voilà, c'est la faute de... Voilà, il est fort, faut rendre à l'autruche ce qu'il y a à l'autruche. Et moi, je suis très très fort. Oui, je pèsne, oui. Après, c'était fait exprès que j'ai écrit je pèsne, hein. C'est la blague, hein. Mais bon, c'est pas grave. Voilà. J'ai rien d'autre à dire. Ce soir, on retourne direct... C'est une transition qui est un peu vénère, mais en fait j'ai envie de jouer. Ce soir, on retourne direct sur Disco Elysium, parce que hier soir, on a fait un petit stream à cause de la conf Xbox de merde. Finalement, d'ailleurs, j'ai maté quelques trucs du jeu de Hi-Fi Rush, là, le truc de musique. En vrai, c'est un peu cool. J'ai regardé B4 y jouer sur Discord. En vrai, c'est un peu cool. Je vais pas l'acheter, hein, mais en vrai, c'est un peu cool. Ouais, du coup, ce soir, on retourne direct sur Disco Elysium pour une raison très simple, c'est-à-dire qu'on a fait un petit stream hier à cause justement de la conférence qui nous a baisé 1 heure. Et parce que je suis retourné dans le truc, là, donc j'ai envie de continuer, du coup, évidemment. Donc, comme d'habitude, stream sur la dépression, stream sur... les crises existentielles, l'alcoolisme, le capitalisme, la société. On vit dans un disco Elysium, je trouve, moi. On vit dans un disco Elysium, je pense. Saucisse, d'accord. Eh ben, on vit dans une saucisse, d'accord. Hop, et du coup, sachez que je vais peut-être me prendre le Dead Space remake là, qui va sortir donc demain. Après-demain, je vais peut-être me le prendre et peut-être qu'on va se le faire dimanche. Peut-être que dimanche, il y a un petit stream horreur qui va pop. Voilà, je vous dis ça. Je dis ça comme ça, hein. Hop. Tac, tac. Je suis étonné que mon titre soit passé, mais je pense pas être assez connu pour mériter que Twitch s'intéresse à mes titres. Parce que mon titre, c'est J'ai chié dans mon disco. Je sais pas, ça me fait rire. J'ai chié dans mon disco, je sais pas, ça m'a inspiré. Allez. Je vais évidemment vous résumer les quelques trucs qu'on a fait hier. Je sais pas, non, je sais pas Sinistra, mais ça m'a inspiré. En fait, à base, je voulais dire j'ai chié dans mon ben. Ensuite, j'ai mis j'ai chié dans mon Elysium. Et en fait, j'ai chié dans mon disco. Je sais pas, ça m'a fait rire parce que du coup, j'ai pensé au film avec Franck Dubosc. Ouais, alors c'est super chelou comme cheminement de pensée. Alors. Chut. Bon, en vrai, on n'a pas beaucoup avancé, hein. La rêve de beauf, un peu. On n'a pas beaucoup avancé. Fais voir dans les terminés. Si, alors du coup, hier, on a envoyé le corps de la victime à l'institut médico-légal parce qu'on n'avait plus rien à regarder dessus, en fait. Ouais, on a donc, voilà, on a fait ça. Et du coup, Kim nous a dit, bon, bah, on se retrouve demain matin, en fait, parce que du coup, Kim doit y aller avec le cadavre, en fait. Et du coup, là, on est tout seul. Donc, Kim a quitté le groupe, on est tout seul. Du coup, j'en ai profité pour aller voir la représentante de Wildpin et lui demander plus d'informations sur le trafic de drogue à Martinez, enfin à Jamrock. Et du coup, on a comment on dit, pas interviewé, mais interrogé, voilà. On a interrogé les camionneurs. Et du coup, apparemment, on aurait trouvé la camionneuse qui, du coup, se serait barrée, du coup, sans rien, en laissant juste son camion. Donc là, on était en train d'inspecter le camion et j'ai coupé là. En fait, il y a eu d'autres trucs. J'ai cherché pendant quelques temps. J'ai discuté avec Kuno, J'ai discuté avec Kuno du fait qu'il fallait que je m'achète un treillis. Voilà. Quelqu'un utilise le terminal B pour importer clandestinement des ingrédients utilisés dans la fabrication de drogue à Rivachol. Voilà. Selon Joyce, il y a 3 conducteurs à l'intersection. Parlez-leur. L'un d'eux doit bien avoir des informations sur le trafic de drogue. Interroger les conducteurs du contrebande, découvrir qui est la conductrice et où se trouve son camion. Et donc là, on est en train d'inspecter la cabine de la conductrice. Et du coup, je vais le refaire parce que j'avais coupé en plein milieu parce que j'étais vraiment explosé. Voilà. Avec Kuno. Fuck that Kuno. This piggy make you this is Je le fais bien, hein.
The smell of cigarettes and perfume welcomes you. The cabin inside is plastered with old movie posters. Actresses smile from the walls. There's a radio transmitter in the front and a toolbox tucked under the driver's seat. There's something odd about the passengers.
J'avais déjà cliqué sur ça, mais je vais les refaire du coup. De toute façon, on a du temps maintenant, on vient de commencer. Et t'as vu, il est 21h04, on est déjà en jeu. Alors.
These are movie posters featuring starlets from long forgotten films from the 20s, the teens, even the 90s of the last century. One of them particularly catches your eye, a centerfold of an ingenue attached right above the back seat.
J'ai une crampe, je reviens, je continue la discussion, mais j'ai une crampe, j'arrive.
There's definitely perfume in the air. It's spicy, with a hint of amberette, wafting through the bitter air of the cabin. The remnants of a sweet juniper-scented perfume, probably 5. The actress is draped in a sheath dress, one of her shoulders bared.
Ça va.
The faded
Tout va bien.
of an autograph
Tout va bien.
across the poster. She's looking past the camera.
C'est pas mal.
Doesn't she resemble someone you know? But you can't put your finger on whom exactly. The actresses.
La radio.
Looks like the frequency dial is absent.
Ça, du coup, j'ai déjà vu hier, mais bon, je vais feindre la surprise.
Has been removed, likely by the missing lady driver. The peculiar frequency tableau indicates that at least 128 stations have been saved on this radio. It has to be an advanced model to fit so many frequencies next to each other without blending them together. Doesn't look like it.
À quoi ça sert d'enregistrer autant de stations?
Unclear.
Y a-t-il quelque chose d'autre que je puisse faire avec cette radio?
Not without the dial key, no.
Explorer à nouveau la cabine. Examiner les pédales. Et attention, là, c'est une dinguerie. Ce qu'on a découvert.
You wedge yourself under the steering wheel to get a better look. Seems like the few tools lying around here, a hammer, a pair of pliers, a rusty wrench, have been casually thrown there by the disorganized driver. But one odd detail does catch your eye. A piece of sandpaper has been glued to the throttle. Sandpaper adds extra grip.
Peut-être que le papier de verre a aussi fait disparaître le dessin sous la semelle de la botte droite du conducteur.
Matching one of the footprints found from the crime scene, which means that the missing lady driver was present at the lynching.
Tiens. Et elle dirige aussi le trafic de drogue, elle va nous donner du fil à retordre celle-là. D'abord le trafic de drogue, puis cette affaire, ça commence à faire beaucoup. Les femmes. Toujours à manigancer quelque chose.
You've identified one of the footprints, but there are still 7 to go. The movie stars are still
voilà, et on en était là.
Walls, but there's something strange about the passenger seat. The radio transmitter sits on the center boiler. A stack of neatly folded papers has been stashed behind the seating fabric. You see 3 maps depicting a large metropolitan area. It's Revachol. Some of its routes and highways have been outlined with a pen.
J'adore sa voix.
This large map displays the elevated motorway called 881. The intake leading to Martinez is marked with a blue X. There's another X on the off-ramp at a place called the Old South. Toll booths at the intakes are marked with a circle. It looks like there are scant.
Ça va au niveau du son d'ailleurs, j'ai même pas demandé, on entend bien le jeu. Je vais rester comme ça, j'en ai marre d'être flou. Hein. On va faire le stream comme ça, j'espère que ça va pas vous déranger. Je vais finir sourd avant la fin, aveugle avant la fin du stream, mais c'est pas grave. Je vais évidemment pas faire ça. Faut vraiment que je m'achète une bonne lumière, moi. Tu referas le cosplay le cosplay dit Gilbert Montagnier, ouais. Où mène la route?
To Coulon, through the middle-income neighborhoods there, by the river, and then to Stella Maris and La Delta for work, while the men and women of Jamrock scuttle to their fates below the road.
Ouvrez la deuxième carte.
This municipal map from the 30s displays a complex system of storm sewers underneath a sub-district called the Pox, old military hospital, right adjacent to the 41st. Wind rips through the empty hallways of the once great military hospital, now just a ruin under an overgrown park. Beneath the hospital, great sewer tunnels hum and vibrate with life of their own.
C'est quoi ce bruit?
The rattle of motor carriages and lorries driving through long forgotten tunnels.
Je suis trop jaloux parce que moi j'arrive pas à dire through. Enfin, through. C'est vraiment le même du chat qui est comme ça. Mais vraiment, littéralement. Attends, je vais relire la phrase. The rattle of the motor carriage and lorry dying through. C'est dommage parce que le reste ça va. Hein. Through long forgotten tunnels. Light by the gaslight. Look at the third map.
The final map displays a labyrinth of service tunnels left over from the construction of motorway 881.
Aujourd'hui, j'ai dû parler anglais avec un livreur polonais. En plus, c'était horrible parce qu'il parlait pas anglais.
Near the eminent domain and a traffic island in central Jamrock by the lake. These service tunnels were probably used during the construction of the foundation beneath the motorway. Despite the cold, figures move about cloaked in shadow, their breath escaping in white clouds that fade into the darkness. Wherever you look, the night gives cover to her messengers. They travel from eminent domain to perdition and onto the main, over the river Esperance, on Route 881 to the Old South. The exit ramp is supposed to be shut down, but there's much activity. The road spreads like the tentacles of a great octopus.
Qu'est-ce que ça veut dire? Bah qu'il y a plein de routes. Il y a plein de routes.
The cluttered cabin of the abandoned lorry offers no reply.
Il est super beau le camion, j'aime beaucoup.
If only Lieutenant Kitsuragi were here to help you piece together the evidence. You stuff the maps.
Ah, faudra qu'on attende Kitsuragi du coup. Très bien.
Traces of you being here yet. The movie stars look silently by. A metallic drawer slides out from the seat. It's empty, except for a folded newspaper.
Déplier le journal.
It's an issue of Petty Ferric from last Wednesday.
Original. C'est comme littéralement s'il a regardé Radio Vinci, quoi.
It looks like an article ripped out from a radio enthusiast magazine.
C'est pas moi, c'est mon intérieur obscur.
Equations explain the basics of something called the ULAN frequency system. These formulas look oddly painful. Maybe it's the hangover, but they give you a headache. Pull out toolbox slice back and close the rusty old lorry door. Your job here is done.
Bon bah direction la meuf, je sais plus comment elle s'appelle, mais Joyce. Je vais remercier quand même lui parce qu'on l'a un peu menacé de nous donner les clés du camion. Je vais quand même le remercier de m'avoir aidé.
Oh look, it's the cop who turned me into a bad person.
Ok, je peux pas m'excuser. Merci monsieur, vous avez fait un bon travail. You did a good job. You did a good job. Ya shithead. Kino doesn't care. I'm gonna rip the head of you. Leave you fucking cunt.
You're back. Good. Yes, my eyes on the harbour have sent word to that effect. What have you discovered?
Nous en avons découvert assez pour tirer des conclusions pour l'instant.
Yes. And will you start an official investigation?
On a trouvé pas mal de choses intéressantes en fait.
Ah, good to hear. I wouldn't want to pry into a confidential police matter, but in the event you'd like to share more, I would like to know who it was.
C'est un bateau féminin, au fait. De quoi? It's a she, by the way. Mais c'est quoi cette traduction niquée de la tête?
Clever. Few suspect a woman in this sort of skullduggery. Good move on their part.
On dirait que le cerveau de l'opération a disparu. Un camion abandonné se trouve près de la statue.
A runaway. Good work. This is a tangible lead towards solving the whole mystery.
You fucking cunt! Elle aime les stars du cinéma d'antan. L'intérieur de la cabine était recouvert d'affiches.
We contain multitudes, do we not? It might not be pertinent to her profession, but who knows? It may help you find her yet.
Trouver un système de radio très avancé avec beaucoup de stations enregistrées.
That speaks of the vastness and sophistication of the operation. Were you able to examine the radio?
Malheureusement, le bouton de changement de fréquence était manquant. La radio elle-même était hors service.
Sensible for her to disable access to such essential information.
J'ai fait des recherches sur les fréquences ULAN liées à l'opération.
High intensity microwave frequencies. They're used for navigational purposes, to compress the inter-eastlery space. They may use it to communicate with incoming freighters.
Let's be honest, you have no idea what that meant. Inter-eastlery microwave compression. Moving on.
Je suis tombé sur quelque chose, quelques cartes cachées illustrant l'étendue du réseau de contrebande.
First-rate find. That should tell you all you need to know about their network, I would imagine.
C'est une pieuvre dont les tentacules atteignent chaque recoin de la ville. Oui, ils sont répartis dans toute Jamrock. Au-delà, je n'ai même pas pu identifier précisément les terminaux.
So this goes beyond Jamrock. At least you now understand the gravity of the situation, and those maps should prove very valuable indeed.
Je vous ai dit ce que j'avais trouvé, c'est à vous maintenant.
I appreciate you placing your trust in me. Thank you again for looking into this matter. You have my gratitude, and the gratitude of Wild Pine's group. Now, per our original agreement, it's time for me to share company secrets with you.
Il y a un changement dans son comportement, elle devient prudente et tendue.
I wouldn't normally break protocol like this, but the situation demands it. If you don't solve this murder,
Attention,
I'm afraid
dinguerie.
we may have a bloodbath on our hands.
The words bloodbath sound cold in her mouth. They taste of iron and strawberries.
C'est quoi cette histoire de bain de sang?
Yes. I'm afraid this strike may descend into a small-scale civil war, with possible consequences for all of Rivershoal West.
Dites-moi de nouveau, quel est le lien entre le lynchage et la grève?
I have an indirect role to play, I'm sad to say. My employer experienced a momentary lapse of faith in me. In that moment, they elected to deploy a private military contractor as an insurance measure. They called it my security detail.
Un manque de confiance temporaire?
They were dispatched after I relayed the union's initial offer.
Chaque travailleur?
A member of the board. I tried to convince my employer it was simply a piece of rhetoric or a joke. They did not appreciate the humor.
Tu m'étonnes. Vous avez besoin d'un détachement de sécurité?
Absolutely not. These mercenaries are muscle, pure and simple. They are meant to intimidate the Union into surrendering.
Qui sont-ils?
Crenell, an Odinese military company. As far as I know, 3 arrived in Martinez. They report to me sporadically, but they do not answer to me. To be frank, our relationship is deteriorating.
En même temps, si c'est ça, du coup, il y en a peut-être un qui est mort, non?
They wear ceramic armor, have semi-automatic weapons and years of combat experience. They also have trauma and stressor disorder, and no idea how to conduct themselves in an urban civilian environment. The story is, one of them, the colonel, I don't know his real name, sexually assaulted a local woman while he was drunk and separated from his unit. This allowed some of the more militant Union members to subdue him.
Donc le pendu, c'était un agresseur sexuel?
He was taken out behind the whirling in rags and lynched last Sunday night.
Ah, c'est pas grave, du coup.
Nothing. Mr. Clare refuses to let me into the harbour. I have not been able to discuss this matter with anyone there. The remaining 2 Crenell contractors carry out their orders, for now.
Pour l'instant.
It's a smokescreen. In secret, they are conducting an independent military tribunal into the lynching. Once this investigation is concluded, executions will follow.
Vous avez foutu le bordel!
It was the Union who strung him from that tree. My hope is that you provide a single concrete suspect before Crenell indiscriminately pick theirs. Simply put, if you don't pin this on someone good and do it fast, they will identify and execute everyone present at the lynching. This in turn will force the Union to respond.
The Union has over 2,000 men.
Les chiffres sont contre eux, 1000 contre 1.
Have you ever seen a hornet invade a beehive, detective? It's not pretty.
C'est vrai.
These men work in tandem using semi and fully automatic firearms. Their armor is virtually impenetrable to muzzle-loaded weapons, even yours. Most Union workers don't have guns at all.
The muzzle loaders need to be reloaded after every 1 or 2 shots. The automatics every 1 or 2 minutes.
As I said, a bloodbath.
Je ne vois pas ça arriver. Il faudrait que beaucoup de choses tournent mal. N'est-ce pas un terrain assez sinistre que vous décrivez? Je pense que la confrontation est inévitable. Je vois pas je vois pas ça arriver. Il faudrait que beaucoup de choses tournent mal.
Too many things have already gone wrong. Nameless, badgeless detective of the citizens' militia. All we can do is keep the little that is not from following suit. One single concrete suspect delivered into civil court, and I may be able to defuse this situation.
Que pouvez-vous me dire sur Crenell?
Not much. Their public resume is relatively good.
Putain, l'entreprise militaire privée, quoi. C'est littéralement Metal Gear, quoi.
They boast a long list of clients. Saint-Baptiste, Welchman-Lorenz, Eintracht. A warning sign, however. The operations concerned all take place in 3rd or fourth world countries. Guarding facilities, escort missions and such.
Ok, vous avez autre chose pour moi?
Sadly, no. Before this happened, I had little interest in them. Now that I do, I don't have the resources. If you still have access to the ICP's database, you could run a better background check than I ever could. It may take some time, though.
Probablement.
Ah, yes, your condition. The International Collaborative Police maintains a database for these sorts of things. Perhaps you should consult it.
Pourriez-vous contacter l'entreprise pour qu'elle les rappelle?
I have, and they will. However, these orders take time to reach what is basically a rogue unit out in the field here. Until they do, it's all on us.
Vous avez dit que le défunt avait agressé une femme?
Or he didn't. This is information passed on to me from some teenagers loitering around the canal. I cannot testify by it.
Qui a fait circuler l'information alors?
The remaining contractors. Their tribunal. It's what they believe.
Que vous ont dit ces adolescents au bord du canal?
That the man was killed because he assaulted a local woman. I've asked around a bit. This seems to be the accepted story around Martinez.
C'est la première fois que j'en entends parler. Où a eu cette agression et quand?
Last Sunday night, at the Whirling in Rags, the hostel by the gates. Supposedly, the colonel was drunk, maybe on narcotics too.
Imagine c'est moi, le colonel.
Either way, he's alleged to have sexually assaulted a woman. Sometime later, a group of dock workers got their hands on him.
Et qui était cette femme?
That's a good question, officer. I don't have the slightest
Non mais en vrai
idea.
ce serait un retournement de situation de ouf que ce soit mon perso le colonel du coup.
In any case, it's what the colonel's remaining colleagues believe.
Ce colonel qui s'est fait prendre, vous le connaissiez?
If you mean did I see him alive? Yes. But I did not know him.
Il s'appelait...
Lely. His service name. A nom de guerre, most likely. He wouldn't divulge his full name. Only one of them did. A bad sign if there ever was one.
Celui-là, vous savez autre chose sur lui? Sa nationalité, son âge, quel âge avait-il selon vous?
He was 40. Or 50. It's hard to say which. He had a combat injury on his lower jaw. It made it difficult to estimate his age. Or gauge his facial expressions.
Quoi d'autre? Sa nationalité, un accent?
He was, Occidental, I think. Light brown hair, a mixed accent, Oranese, or Messinian maybe. His injury gave him an accent all his own.
Ah ouais, il parlait comme ça en fait.
In a way, it was humanizing. He had to learn to speak through it, through the injury. That's all I know, I guess. I only met him once.
Must be hard to force your face to move in a new fashion.
Alors,
If you continue like this, you'll have an aneurysm. Then you'll have
ça chie hein.
to...
Où se trouvent les deux mercenaires restants?
They've gone to ground, as it were. I don't recommend seeking them out. For one, they're almost certainly armed to the teeth. They don't have the same respect for the Revachol citizens' militia as I do. To put it bluntly, they think you're vigilantes. Ghetto savages. It will not be a fruitful meeting.
Je dois pourtant découvrir où il se cache.
You're likely to run into them eventually. When that happens, I'll be in a better position to mediate if I don't appear involved.
One is obviously the scab leader at the harbour gates. The one chanting the idiotic slogans. He's barely maintaining his disguise. The other has a vantage point in a building south of the roundabout. They were keeping tabs on you while you were canvassing the lorry drivers.
L'un doit être le gros bras avec les vêtements de travail qui ne lui vont pas près des portes, le chef des ruffians.
That may be so. I still hope you heed my advice. There's no need to kick the hornet's nest.
Un autre se trouve probablement dans un bâtiment qui donne sur le rond-point.
Would afford a good vantage point. In any case, it's practically inaccessible.
J'ai une autre question pour vous.
I hope I can answer it
Quand on
better.
a vu débarquer des hordes de bouseux fanatisés, on n'a pas bien compris.
Oh, merci Hades pour le raid. Comment c'était ta cuisson, ta peinture? Est-ce que tu as bien peint? Combien de temps avons-nous?
Until the executions start. Truthfully, I don't know.
Merci beaucoup, Hades.
It depends on their progress identifying the members of the lynch mob and their impatience.
De quoi? Vous voulez dire que vous ne savez pas ce qui se passe?
Not on this matter. I'm afraid they consider this a personal initiative. It's a matter of days, not weeks.
C'est juste du montage. D'accord, t'as pas peint?
I'm sorry to have been the bearer of bad news. If there is anything else I can help you with, please ask.
Je suis désolé de jouer les Cassandres. Ah, je connais, c'est un sketch dans Camelot avec Guenièvre qui est mal coiffé. Pouvez-vous désormais me parler de ces tatouages?
Of course. Excuse my hesitation before.
Merde. Elle tend la main par-dessus le câble de la rambarde et prend la photo qu'elle tient dans sa main.
For about half a minute, in silence.
Restez silencieux, observez l'expression de la femme.
Her mouth is relaxed. The accordion lines near her mouth vanish. The pearls of her eyes move slowly on the photo's surface.
Qu'en pensez-vous?
Sorry. I was trying to see if I can read the web of interdependencies between these points. The stars.
Elle en montre une sur le papier photo. Allez vous peigner!
I can't. But that's how you read this story. The points themselves don't have letters, numbers, anything. Their size, location on the body, and distance from each other tells you what they represent.
Des lieux comme les étoiles dans le ciel?
Close. Port cities. This is an Oronese map of the waterways. A sailor's tattoo worn by wayfarers of the Dolorian century. Over 300 years ago. The sailors would mark their bodies
C'est
for
trop stylé.
travels.
À quoi sert cette carte?
The sailor's soul would use it to fly back home if they should die abroad. This is a sort of contraption
Putain, c'est
to
stylé.
be reeled back in by. The silver cord, they would call it.
Putain, c'est trop cool. Quel voyage a fait l'homme mort?
Quite a few. Vredefort, the Oronese capital, traditionally stands on the right shoulder. He started somewhere near here, I think.
Je pense. Et après?
Then he made his way to the Pretto Grande, through what I think must be the Stutz Canal, an artificial channel through the Occident. From the Pretto, he sailed to the Insulindic Ocean, first ascending
J'ai entendu The
islands.
Insulin Dick. Je sais pas, ça m'a fait rire.
This,
Qu'est-ce que c'est?
Revachol. Those are the two constants. Vredefort on the shoulder, and Revachol in the heart. They started the tradition of these maps right after the discovery of Insulinde, at the dawn of the Inter-Islary Age.
Vous aviez dit que vous n'arriviez pas à lire, mais on dirait que oui.
I can't. This man was no sailor, and these are no ports. I can understand geographic fragments, but not their meaning.
Tu pourrais m'en dire plus?
His platoon members? The other contractors. Though I do not suggest you go and show them that picture. This man was their friend and comrade.
Des camarades.
Challenge accepted. I say we do it.
J'ai besoin d'informations, noter, interroger les mercenaires sur les tatouages.
Do what you have to do, detective. I don't think deciphering that tattoo should come before public security. But if you should wade into the mob to find out, I couldn't stop you.
C'est tout pour les tatouages, merci pour votre aide.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
Eh ben putain! Oh. Faut que j'aille parler à Gart. Gart? Le mec du Whirling Y. Il m'a pas dit qu'il y a une meuf qui s'est fait agresser sexuellement chez lui. Il m'a rien dit ce connard. Faut aller voir Kino. Fuck that shit, Kino. Hey Gart, tu m'aurais pas mytho toi?
Can I help you? Another thing, yes?
Mamie?
Oh, hello, dear. I didn't notice you at first.
L'écluse du canal ne fonctionne plus, votre mari mais sans doute simplement bloqué de l'autre côté.
Oh my. What happened to the water line?
J'en ai pas la moindre idée.
Well, whatever the cause, I'm thankful. You've spared me another sleepless night. Listen, sweetie, I hate to ask, but if your investigation happens to take you to the other side of the coast, please do keep an eye out for my husband. And if you see him, let him know Lena is waiting for him here at the Whirling. He gets so tangled up in his work that he may not know the water lock's been repaired. And it's cold out there.
Si je le vois, je lui ferai savoir que vous êtes ici, quand et si je me rends sur place.
Oh, you're such a dear. Thank you, sweetie.
Je suis quand même un mec sympa. Hein. C'est vraiment un bon gars. C'est vraiment un bon gars. Kino!
You see a set of tire tracks in
Non, toujours rien. Fais voir du coup maintenant que je sais qu'il y a une des traces qui a été un peu effacée. Est-ce que je sais si c'est la meuf du coup?
There are 8. You won't get far without a lieutenant.
Ok.
Fuck does Kuno care? The fuck about it? You're Get lost. Yeah? Yeah, whatever. Kuno's. Shoot that shit at Kuno. The fuck do you good call, Pigman? Kuno does.
Bon bah tant pis. Qu'est-ce qu'il faut que je fasse là? Interroger le chef du Ruffian à propos des tatouages. Trouver Morel le zoologue. Obtenir 2 signatures pour Everard. Les gants de l'armure. Faut pas qu'on oublie qu'à 21 h il faut qu'on aille voir le mec qui fumait sur le balcon. Je vais aller voir. Ah bah non, j'allais dire, je vais voir si je peux parler à mon escouade. Enfin, mon poste, mais je peux pas parce qu'il n'y a pas de téléphone. Je vais aller voir si je peux pas parler à la meuf là qui gueule tout le temps à Kuno. Get lost! Je l'ai super bien fait. Je viens super bien de le faire, ça m'a trop étonné. Get lost! J'allais dire le F-word. Get lost! Casse les couilles, elle, c'est vraiment une cunesse. Non, ici, il n'y a plus rien à voir. Bon, on va aller parler au chef des Ruffians, hein. Putain, vache, Kim, il va revenir, il va être paumé de ouf, j'aurais fait plein de trucs sans lui, quoi. Ou alors... Non, je vais pas aller parler au connard avec sans Kim parce que je pense que je vais me faire péter la gueule. Il est là-haut. T'es toujours un connard toi ou pas? Enfin oui évidemment mais...
Looking for something, Grunt? Come to tell me to fuck off again?
C'est lui, bah évidemment que c'était lui.
Right to work! Right to work! Shame on you!
Êtes-vous un mercenaire embauché par Whitepin?
Hell no. I'm just an honest scab. I won't have talk like that around here. You understand?
His neck muscles tense up. The veins on his neck bulge.
Lui dire très calmement, y a-t-il un tribunal en train d'être convoqué par hasard?
Fucking fuck.
Il expire longuement, son gigantesque torse s'affaissant et la bouche entrouverte.
How about you fuck off now, huh?
The man's breathing steadies, but his eyes are still narrow. Slowly, he's trying to get his right-to-work dance back on.
Je crois que vous pouvez m'aider à comprendre la signification de ces tatouages.
Don't think so.
Il était sur le corps de l'homme qui a été pendu dans la cafétéria là-bas. C'est sur votre colonel.
Wordless, he takes the photo and looks at it. Grey eyes dart back and forth on the glossy surface.
Me faire péter la gueule ou pas?
Is unmoving, hard as a stone, but beneath it.
Fucking loincloths. Really did him in.
Vous pouvez me dire ce que signifiait ce tatouage?
What it means.
Il remonte une petite étoile dans le réseau de lignes, loin du cœur de l'homme, presque sur son estomac.
I can tell you what this one means. Only one.
Oui.
Our colonel is deep in the bush here. Deep in the fucking bush. In Benital, 41. Monsoon season. He's on a reconnaissance mission. He spent a month behind enemy lines, scouting kept villages.
Il a une voix incroyable.
Nothing but fucking bugs.
L'acteur là, il me fait frissonner, putain.
Men are getting restless. There's talk of switching employers.
Il se lèche les lèvres comme si il était soudainement ivre.
with some strange emotion. This is about to get really graphic. Last moment to back off.
Bah vas-y de ouf. Ne pas l'interrompre, écoutez son histoire.
Our boy. He's only a captain then, but he knows how these men think. If they don't see action soon.
Sa voix devient étrangement calme. Il est loin de ce droit au travail. Son regard transperce le papier.
At dawn, he comes upon two kids, breeding in the bushes by the river. Or maybe they weren't breeding. Maybe they were just making eyes at each other. I like to think they were breeding. We shot the boy. He was useless, but the girl, she was nice. A little fat, you know, but not too old. She was quite the entertainment for the week she lasted. Expired in the hands of Sarge Mason, the kind of guy who'd make Chief there shit his pants and cry like a bitch.
Dit-il en faisant des signes de tête vers l'homme au-dessus des portes.
God. Mason couldn't let go. Cut the tits off her cold body and fucking ate them. Said primitive spirits were watching over him now. Drowned in a creek a week later. Spirits my ass.
Something stirs in your stomach.
No, I was in the domain, in Jamrock.
Qu'est-ce que c'est que ce bordel? J'ai un frisson là. Vous n'êtes pas vraiment le chef des roufions, hein.
Fucking mask is getting sweaty. I want to take my mask off. Go ahead. All right now. Free commerce! Keep the goods flowing!
On the photo in your hands, the dead man's skin is studded with stars. Tens, hundreds of them. Literally
J'ai des frissons.
dead skin.
Free flow of commerce!
Don't talk to
Fucking. How about you fuck off now? Fucking. How about you?
the
Bon.
man's breathing.
Eh ben, merde, j'ai perdu mon cure-dent tellement ça m'a surpris. Les tatouages de la victime. Demandez à une autre personne la possible signification des tatouages. Ça pourrait être qui l'autre personne? Ah, peut-être l'autre raciste là. Peut-être le raciste là, j'ai oublié son nom là, Caboche, là, Jean Cabroche, il pourrait. Jauge Cabroche, ouais, voilà.
Your race descent has only worsened since I last saw you.
Au revoir. Non merci, j'ai des frissons quand je lui parle donc non, ça ira, merci beaucoup. Merci mais non merci en fait. Le fait qu'il dit si, le mec il dit 6 fois le mot race dans ses dialogues, non merci ça ira, j'ai mangé, ça ira. À qui je pourrais demander ça? Peut-être les vieux. Les vieux ils pourraient peut-être savoir pour les tatouages en vrai, vu que c'est des tatouages de guerre. Ça pourrait être pas con ça.
Officer, the mere sight of police.
Ok, pas du tout. Si, attends.
Officer, sure.
Non, ok.
Thank you, officer.
Vigilance officer. Do for you.
Bon bah non. Oh, je vais gerber. Je vais redemander à la meuf de Wild Pin si elle peut pas m'aider. Bon, en tout cas, j'espère bien sûr que Disco Elysium vous plaît. La dépression... La dépression, moi, ça me plaît en tout cas.
You're back. Good. I fear I've... Is there anything else I...
She's not even asking you anything.
Of course, Detective. You can all... What we do.
She nods.
Of course. I am sorry to lessons in basic reality. Glad to have...
Bon, moi, j'ai littéralement plus rien à lui dire. Donc, bah écoute, je pense que je vais aller passer le temps sur le banc pour aller... Au moins qu'on soit à 21 h. Pour aller parler au mec, du coup, dans le truc de clope, là. Je vais pas aller parler au Hardy, je vais attendre... je vais... Ah, peut-être un des camionneurs pourrait me répondre pour les tatouages, en vrai. Ou le prêteur sur gage. Je vais aller voir. Toi là, tu connais les tatouages ou pas?
Oh, look. It's the cop who turned me into a bad...
Mais je t'ai pas turn into a bad person. Je t'ai juste fait répondre à des questions qui ont pu m'aider dans mon enquête, c'est tout, c'est tout.
Everything's still cool here, officer.
Grand-mère en situation précaire, des paquets de macaroni réservés à l'humanitaire, il a balancé la conductrice.
No need to dress this one up. Just tell him what you want.
Oups. Eh, vous donnez-moi votre argent et que ça saute.
Oh, okay. But why, officer?
Parce que je suis un flic corrompu? Je sais pas trop.
You see, I'm an honest...
Ouais, bon, bref, il peut pas me répondre, quoi. J'ai voulu tenter un faire. Il vend quoi, ce mec, là?
You like sunglasses, officer?
Abort. These are hideous.
Damn, officer.
Non, mais je m'en fous, je veux pas acheter de fringues. Électrochimie et logique. J'en ai ou pas des lunettes, là? J'ai quoi comme dans mon inventaire? Attends. J'ai pas de lunettes, là. Ah, si, j'en ai. Il me faudrait une écharpe ou des gants. Ah non, il me faudrait juste une écharpe, en fait. T'as une écharpe, frérot, ou pas? On s'en fout. Des baskets, on s'en fout. Y'a quoi, là? Y'a des fringues.
You keep coming back. That's good, officer. Keep browsing those clothes, keep saving that economy.
Something cold grazes your hand. Synthetic and sleek. A windbreaker. Surf, it says, but also
Aïe!
Wind. Summer. 100% waterproof. And sport. All in different typefaces.
Oh, dégueulasse.
This jacket is the apex of human evolution. The moment at which man became weatherproof. Practical, and yet it may deaden your senses to the world around you. Possibly because of the awful typeface.
Good choice, officer. Mega sporty. And it's only $4.50 for you, sir.
Oh, j'ai l'air con, j'aurais l'air con avec ça, moi. Mec, la tenue de...
Find your... The box.
Economical, but also trendy. Look fast.
Non, bah tant pis, hein. J'ai pas envie d'avoir l'air con, sans déconner. Peut-être lui, là-bas, il pourrait avoir des infos. Fuck that, Kuno! I don't give a fuck!
Hello, hello. Let me know if I can... I doubt it.
The pawnbroker's gaze is already fixed on the...
Alors, tu vends quoi, toi?
Typical Martinez streetlight sits among assorted...
Un réverbère? Ok, on s'en fout.
The boomboxes wait on the shelves. And your boombox, that got...
Une boombox. Là-bas, y'a quoi? Des figurines, je crois.
You see rows
des cavaliers, ouais.
Guarding the rest of...
On s'en bat les couilles. Ouais, il a pas grand chose en vrai. Après, pour l'instant, il a pas grand chose d'intéressant en tout cas. Bon, bah, je pense que je vais aller passer le temps parce que là, j'ai aucune idée de qu'est-ce que je peux foutre. Hein. En attendant que l'écluse soit réparée et que Kim y revienne, de toute façon. Là, faut que j'attende 21h de toute façon. Donc, on va attendre là. Hein. On va attendre 1 heure, 2 heures du coup. Attendre 1 heure. On vit dans une société un peu. Hein.
You finally stop picking your nose.
On attend 1 heure. Voilà.
Time passes. You wonder how your gun is doing. Hopefully, it's okay. You're really starting to regret the poor way you handled your own sidearm.
Vous tournez les pouces. 15 minutes. Le mec, il a attendu 2h15. Hein.
The twiddling barely keeps your hands warm against the frigid...
Bon, allez, on va attendre 15 minutes, comme ça on est sûr que le mec il est là.
The twiddling...
Voilà. Ah, j'ai bien attendu 2h30 là. Allez, direction l'appartement numéro 28. Oh putain, je peux retenter un jet. Je peux retenter un jet pour le mur de l'arrière là. Attends, je vais réessayer. Je vais me faire foutre. Allez, let's go. Allez, on y va. Mais tout le monde est couché à cette heure-là, évidemment. IRL aussi, d'ailleurs. Hein. Tout le monde est couché, il est 21h. 21h46. Pour être précise. Précise. Pff, je suis fatigué, putain. Oh. D'accord. Hop. Allez, c'est parti. Oh. On peut y aller là. Dommage. J'aurais tenté. Allez, on y va.
This door is made of metal and appears to be reinforced. Someone here really values their security. No one answers. Looks like he isn't home. You should come back tomorrow evening, after 2100. No one answers.
T'es con ou quoi? Mais on est quel jour? Alors là, j'ai pas compris. Bon bah je vais aller je vais aller au Whirligig et on va aller pioncer. On va aller pioncer. Demain matin, on retrouve.
Just an ordinary wall. Nothing to see here. Yeah. What?
Je savais que je l'aurais pas, mais c'était pour tenter quand même pour être sûr. Putain, attends, j'ai un niveau à donner quelque chose. J'ai combien d'XP là? Je sais pas. Qu'est-ce que je pourrais prendre? J'ai très peu de psyché. Hop, un peu de volonté et un peu de... je sais plus quoi. Bon bah, let's go pioncer alors. De toute façon, il est tard, c'est l'heure de dormir. J'irai leur parler plus tard à eux. Hein. On peut pas parler toi? Ok, je vais me faire foutre. Bon bah let's go, on monte. Excusez-moi, je me cure le nez, parce que bah voilà, évidemment.
The door is closed. Still, you should punch a fucking hole. The murmur in your...
Pourquoi tu rigoles? Parce que je me suis curé. Putain, je vais pas parler, j'ai envie de crever. Oh...
I help you. Got the 20. Good. You got the room for the night, but remember...
How could anyone forget, asshole?
Bon bah let's go dormir, hein. Peut-être que demain... Ah putain, on va avoir un rêve. Vous êtes prêts à avoir un rêve ou pas? Non. J'aimerais bien récupérer ma cravate d'ailleurs.
Two chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan. The other...
J'ai toujours ma cravate qui est accrochée là, j'arrive. C'est parti pour un rêve.
The bed is still cold from the wind blowing in from the broken window. The mattress creaks as you close your eyes and try your hardest to fall asleep.
C'est parti pour la
Here we are again, my broken bud. The waves are coming, carrying you away. But you can't go. No, you have to stay. Always half aware of yourself. You're not cooperating, brother man.
Ouais. Enfin, pourquoi?
It's your disgusting body. Even through your sleep you feel a vague discomfort suffusing it. Your belly and your sides are unpleasantly tender. You wish you could curl up into a fetal ball of safety. But you cannot, because of the pain.
And there's a lot of it, ever present in your organs. It's like every one of them has their own nasty song to sing.
Ce sont juste mes desserts. Je supporterai pas cette douleur avec dignité. Je supporterai cette douleur avec dignité. Non pitié, où est ce néant béni, ce doux oubli? Je suis un artiste. Les lésions du foie sont mon art. Je pense que j'ai besoin de soins médicaux.
Oh yes, that'll check you out. Give you some pills. Make it all okay.
J'ai des frissons.
Don't be stupid, Harry. It's not happening.
La voix est terrifiante.
They don't make new kidneys and livers in hospital. All you've got to do is pray to God it passes and stare at the flickering darkness.
You're just stuck here in the half-world. Could try looking at other people. Really looking. But why would you want to start doing that?
Alors sors-moi de là, je peux retourner à l'autre endroit. Je le ferai, je regarde les gens tout le temps, je les aime bien. Les êtres humains te trahiront toujours.
How many promises have you kept lately, Sir Harry? To the great see-through world.
Women. It's the women. Look out for the women. They're oath breakers.
Ok, incel.
Come now. Humans have earned your trust. And you theirs.
What do you think you're doing right now? Coming to some greater awareness? Look at all these lights, blinking in and out of existence. Thoughts! You're just pretending that you're asleep, even to yourself, while the world goes on without you.
Let it. Let it.
But it never seems to let you go, does it? Time to rise and wipe that shining sweat off as best you can. Gather your bearings. Rock and roll.
Comment j'adore les passages de rêve, mec. Oh, c'est trop putain de stylé. Ouais, il est dur le réveil, hein. Je voulais voir si je pouvais enlever l'expression. T'as vu, je suis sympa, je vais fermer la porte et tout. En plus, je suis super sympa comme mec. Ah, voilà Kim. Il y a des gens là. C'est qui ceux-là? Bonjour.
Yes. You pick over what's left of your
C'est qui eux? Bonjour.
The woman in an RCM patrol
oh, c'est des flics.
Uniform winces as she notices you.
I would really prefer not to talk to you right now.
A patrol officer is the lowest rank in the RCM, below lieutenant and sergeant.
Vous êtes une patrulleuse de la MCR?
Yes, I am.
Bah, je suis flic aussi.
I know.
Here's the real deal.
J'enquête sur un meurtre, la cavalerie, c'est vous?
I'm definitely not the cavalry.
Tout va bien, pourquoi vous voulez pas me parler?
I don't know. I mean, why would I want to talk to you?
Je vous ai fait du tort, j'en ai fait à des tas de gens. Super de croiser un autre flic, je pensais que moi et Kim on était les seuls. Faisons ça dans les règles, pourquoi? Je viens prêcher le grand achèvement. The end come. Je vous ai fait du tort?
No, you haven't wronged me. It's okay. Okay, fine. Let's talk. What did you want?
Vous appartenez à quel poste?
What precinct?
Fucking deranged lunatic.
Oh putain, Rob Zombie. Putain, c'est Renaud.
I don't know what to say.
Don't say anything, Judith.
Il est de la police?
Me? No. I'm just a man with sunglasses. I like wearing sunglasses inside. Sunglasses and a fucking wig.
Qu'est-ce que vous, la police, faites ici?
I'm just looking out for...
No one. I'm just a man with sunglasses. And you are?
I just want to do my job, that's all.
Something about the man with sunglasses and you, the energy between you two, is making her uncomfortable.
Je parlais au mec.
You look like shit.
Votre visage fripé se reflète dans ses lunettes de soleil.
And I don't mean that as a metaphor.
C'est vous qui avez une sale gueule, espèce d'enflure. J'ai pas une sale gueule, je sais, c'est délibéré. Ces derniers jours, c'était un peu tendu. On s'en fout de l'apparence, ce qui compte, c'est à l'intérieur, je ne résoudrai jamais cette affaire. Les derniers jours, c'était un peu tendu.
Oh, don't be so modest. We're looking at several months worth of damage here. Kind of a miracle you're still up and
Il est super marrant sa gueule à lui, hein.
Oh, come on, Jean.
Jean.
It looks like it's been a rough week.
Elle s'appelle Face de Jument et lui Jean.
It's not just this week. What do you want?
Okay, so this guy is cool. He stands there like a statue, an angry statue, and he does not like you.
Kim, c'est qui ce type?
I'm not getting involved in this.
About what? You don't look like a cop. You know what you look like?
Je sais rien, vous me le dire.
I don't know. A sad stack of shit next to someone far more proficient.
À présent, voudriez-vous répondre à quelques questions pour moi?
No.
Mais comment ça, non?
Cause it's not my job. Why don't you go and fucking do yours and solve this damn hanging?
Si vous n'avez pas envie de répondre à ma question, vous préférez peut-être m'entendre dire quelque chose?
Actually, I don't want to hear you say things.
C'est quoi ce mec?
Come on, Jean.
Okay, say things. I want to hear you say things.
Hear that? He wants you to say things. Say one. Suddenly, out of nowhere, case-related things start popping up in your head.
Bon, je bosse sur cette enquête, un homme a été pendu.
So, do you know who hanged him?
Pas encore.
Yeah, I can see that.
Pourquoi je vous raconte ça?
I don't know. Why are you? Oh my god, there's more. You want something more?
There's something that binds you to him. Some kind of an outfit, maybe. A uniform. Exactamundo.
Je pense pas qu'il a été pompier, j'ai pas lui demander ça.
Of course, you don't have to. You can talk about anything you want.
Ah, tant pis.
Okay, why not? So, I don't know. Oh my god. Watch out for yourself, loser.
That voice, so very familiar. Did you
Mais oui, attends, il était à mon poste, lui. Une seconde, votre voix, je la reconnais.
Oh really? I wonder where.
J'ai perdu mon insigne récemment. Quand j'ai appelé pour le signaler, vous étiez là.
That's the where you remember me from?
Oui. Peut-être.
Okay then. It's probably a coincidence. People sound alike.
Non, non, attends.
Again? I can't believe...
Yes?
Vous
What
êtes avec
is
lui?
it? Of course I'm with him. Why do you ask?
Vous avez l'air mignons ensemble. C'est une enflure.
You're an asshole. You know what? Maybe we're both assholes.
Please, let's not turn this into another exchange, okay?
C'était lunaire comme conversation.
Can I help you? Got the 20 real? Then why are you...
Il m'emmerde, lui. Sans déconner, il m'emmerde. Il fallait du coup que je demande à Kim... Ah, attends, je me souviens plus. Fallait qu'on voit un truc avec Kim.
You see us?
Le camion. Oui, putain, le camion, t'as raison. C'est ça, fallait que je voie un truc avec Kim parce que apparemment il pouvait m'aider. C'était sur les cartes. Mais même pas, il se dit, même pas on fait un débrief de, alors dis donc, qu'est-ce que vous avez fait la journée dernière, tu vois. Même pas il me demande, tu vois. C'est nul un peu. On est quel jour du coup là? Mais on est quel jour? Je comprends pas, on est lundi? Je comprends, où est-ce qu'on voit là, le jour qu'on est? Ah merde! Bah on est jour 3 d'accord mais... Bon, je sais pas.
Voilà.
Bonne prise.
Bon, merci.
This large map displays the elevated motorway called toll booths. There, hundreds of thousands of to Kuron. This municipal wind, the final match.
J'attends.
These serve despite the cold. They travel. The road spreads.
It means that the smugglers are secretly using the motorway to transport their goods and
Voilà.
They've infiltrated the East Motor Tract, most likely. The RCM patrols most of these auxiliary roads, though apparently not all of them.
Du coup, c'est dans la distribution.
Hard to say. This distribution network looks certainly large, yet still vague enough. It doesn't reveal much about the Besmerti behind it.
Le Besmerti, il me semble avoir entendu ce nom quelque part.
The Besmerti is a Revacholian crime syndicate. They see themselves as the inheritors of the 14 Revacholian Indo-tribes. But really they're just violent gangs vying for control on the west side of Revachol. With cool names like La Puta Madre and Aura Masta. It's a dark parody.
Qui sont aux commandes de ce réseau? Qui est aux commandes de ce réseau après vous?
It's definitely not the Union. They just do some logistics. This operation has spread everywhere in Jamrock. If it's that widespread, then Madre remains the most likely suspect. Here's bad news. There have been attempts at a serious investigation before, but they haven't ended well for those involved.
Especially bad news for cops who may have something in their past they don't even know.
Voilà.
Best not to disturb the scene. I'll have forensics go over the lorry and pick this up later.
Voilà.
The stack of maps looks just like before.
Et du coup, non.
Bonne prise. Best not to
The stack of maps.
Les pédales. Je voulais lui montrer du coup.
Adds extra grip.
Sandpaper? A novel technique?
Peut-être que papier de verre a fait disparaître le dessin de la semelle de la bolle droite du conducteur.
Yes.
L'une de ces empreintes de la scène de crime présentait une anomalie. L'une des semelles était plus lisse que l'autre.
Which means that the missing lady driver was present at the lynching. We've identified one of the footprints, but there are still 7 to go.
The movie stars are still smiling. Looks like.
Strange. There are so many radio stations saved here. Must be over 100 at least. Doesn't look like it. It's
the ghost closed the rust.
Alors apparemment, fallait une clé à molette pour la radio. Ah, j'ai pas de clé à molette, j'ai une pince. Merde. Bon. Voilà, bon, du coup maintenant on va aller parler aux Hardy, donc c'est-à-dire la bande qui est peut-être, ou alors on va aller reparler au mec super musclé là-haut là. Peut-être que vu qu'on a Kim avec nous, on pourra avoir d'autres trucs à dire. Il est 7h57, on est déjà réveillé à courir partout.
Okay, of course.
The man's breathing steadies.
Honest, we came here. I have a quick. You think they follow because I'm big and
Bon bah non. Bon bah non alors. On peut rien lui dire. Bon bah du coup, allons discuter avec les Hardy. Je peux pas faire un résumé de Kim à Kim ce qui s'est passé?
Yes. What about me? Good. Let's change it. What do you want to know? Good.
Bon. Bon ok. Bah écoute. Allons parler aux Hardy, donc la bande qui est, comme on dit, suspectée dans le lynchage et la pendaison. Et il y a leur conseillère conjugale, leur conseillère juridique qui est là. Bon, c'est parti. Au cas où. Un homme à la carrure imposante vous désigne avec sa canette de bière.
He and his men carry themselves like giants. You'll need to prove your mettle to be taken seriously.
Detective.
Hey, dipshit. You hard of hearing or something? The boss man's talking to you.
Faut qu'on parle de l'homme qui a été pendu.
Oh, this is about him. A real looker, that one.
Il fait peur, lui.
You sure took your time, huh? Waited for him to get real ripe and pretty for you.
Oh, he was a real pretty boy. Hanging up there, letting out that pretty boy smell.
I can't for the life of me understand why you did it. I mean, I would have just left him up there. You must really like cleaning up other people's shit.
You might want to start asking your questions now. It's not going to get better than this.
Do a head count first. Connect these men to the tracks you saw in the yard. Chances are they're going to match.
Scrutez la pièce.
Starting from the right. Boot size 44. Blonde man. In his 30s. Overbearingly masculine. Wants the world to know he's a macho man. Tobacco
macho man.
Sitting on his right.
Oh, papy.
Standard working boots. Size 45 or 46. Eldest in the room. Probably mid-50s. Smoker. Quiet.
Oui, ça se voit qu'il est quiet, il est mort là sur l'image d'ailleurs.
Coughs a lot. Across at the other table.
Oh putain, il y a Tarkin.
Boots. Size 43. Gang tattoos. Mesk or Sarah Maritzian.
Il y a le grand mof Tarkin, ça me terrifie.
Early 40s.
Ok.
A symmetric burn on his neck, resembling the letters loss. As he tried to burn it off, that light.
Excusez-moi. Je me gratte.
And then, standard working boot. Steel reinforced toes. Size 46. The big dick. Wide at the shoulders and lean at the hips. Rugby cap. Fingerless gloves. And numerous scars. A little under 40. The emblem on his vest says Rowing Club. A little patch below it reads T. Hardy, Captain. In the far corner, standard working boot, steel reinforced toes. Size 44. 40-something. Non-alcoholic beverage in hand. You squint. Is that a plectrum? On his neck. Forget it. It's not important. Size 41, with the light step. Not a child, after all. An older man with a rat face, mean, watery eyes, and 2 front teeth missing. In the middle, heaving and wheezing. Big guy. Boot size 46, deep marks. Probably carried the victim over. He, alone, is 130 kilos. Add the man in armor, and you could easily exceed 220.
D'accord.
In conclusion, these 7 are the actors on the crime scene. The footprints were theirs, but there's a discrepancy.
J'ai entendu un truc tomber. Il en manque un. Le drôle de semelle.
Exactly. The missing lady driver who was running the drug trade. Does it mean the Hardy Boys are involved in the drug trade as well?
C'est fripouille, absolument. Le syndicat tout entier doit être mouillé. Peut-être même Martinez dans son intégralité. Observer les alentours d'un air suspicieux. Pas forcément, la conductrice aurait pu mener le trafic de drogue dans son plus grand secret. Ça corrobore avec ce que nous a dit Joyce, mais je voudrais pas tirer de plan sur la comète. Peut-être qu'elle faisait ça en grand secret.
Maybe. But hey, you've stood there for about 4 seconds, not saying anything. Now is a good time to hit them with questions. Where's the 8th Hardy?
The fuck is with you, fella?
J'ai découvert 8 paires d'empreintes de pas, mais vous n'êtes que 8. Où est le 8e? Mais vous n'êtes que 7. Où est le 8e Hardy?
What are you talking about, madman? There's no 8th Hardy boy.
Imagine c'est elle.
Of us and we're all here. Or what? You want to be the 8th Hardy boy? We ain't hiring.
Hardy boy. Boy. Un petit côté Red Dead Redemption.
Actually, boss, we've been talking and we think she could maybe...
She? So there's an 8th Hardy, and it's a Hardy girl.
We think she could, boy.
Elizabeth? The gardener?
Shut the fuck up, Glenn! I do the talking here. Now what the fuck do you want, cop?
So let me get this straight. There is an 8th Hardy boy. It's a she, and you don't like us talking about her?
That's right. We're not talking about this. This is a private Hardy Boys matter. Nothing to do with your shit. And you're not cops here. Don't go digging around if you don't want a bullet in the back of your head. I'm watching you.
Good. We are all watching each other. Officer, your question.
There's no point in pushing it further, he thinks. This is already a victory. We'll learn more about this 8th Hardy sooner or later.
Le type pendu dans la cour, c'est votre œuvre?
The pretty boy.
Pretty boy.
Really love
Come on, boy.
Pretty boy.
Funny. But my partner and I have a serious matter to discuss with you.
Nous avons parlé au chef du syndicat. Pourquoi le cadavre avait-il une sangle de conteneur autour du cou? Pourquoi il y a vos empreintes de bottes partout sur les lieux du crime? J'ai discuté avec le Maccabée dans une drôle de version occulte. Vous êtes mouillé d'une façon ou d'une autre, c'est juste que j'ai pas de preuves, pas encore. Nous avons parlé au chef du syndicat.
Everard?
Lui-même.
And what did he tell you? That we killed him? That we took a cargo belt from the harbor, went out back, and used
Ah bah, ça me fait ça de moins expliquer.
Because we did. All of us together. I hope he told the story straight. I hope he told it well.
There's a catch hidden somewhere. He didn't confess so that you could take them all away. It's too simple.
Plissez les yeux, mais ça sent l'entourloupe. Ah ah! Ah ah! Donc vous venez d'avouer le meurtre. Voilà, la partie est terminée, nous avons trouvé le coupable. Fin du jeu. Ça sent l'entourloupe.
There is no catch. These 7 honest men have all equally come forth to tell you what happened, so that you don't waste any more of your time.
Vous l'avez tué simplement comme ça, sans aucun remords?
How many people have you sent to the Shays? Ever felt remorse for them? Or send them to Reunion to rot? For 20 years? For life?
Je fais mon boulot, c'est tout.
Oh, so you are just a simple, well-meaning man, eh? Ever been in solitary? Prison is a charter. That's what it is.
So is hanging a man, slowly, without breaking his neck.
Qui donnait les ordres cette nuit-là?
Are you deaf? There will be no singling anyone out. You can't arrest a Hardy Boy without arresting.
Elle m'énerve, elle est une tête de connasse du coup.
Do you think you could do that? Do you think you could arrest them all?
Pas besoin, l'un d'eux était davantage complice que les autres. Non, mais sérieusement, qui est le patron ici?
Who do you fucking think does?
Vous, je pense que c'était elle. Le plus gros des animaux domine la hardiche, pareil, qu'il s'agit du gros costaud. Les gangs sont en général dirigés par le membre le plus vieux et le plus vénérable. Le syndicat, vous lui obéissiez, pas vrai? C'est le 8e hardi, celui qui s'est volatilisé, c'est celui avec la grosse paire de couilles. C'est vous qui donnez les ordres.
That's right, asshole. Titus Hardy runs the Hardy Boys. Ain't that so, fellas?
I think you got your answer, Mr. Law.
No, you did not get an answer. Titus does administrative work. He pushes paper, fills out forms. The others can't read. But on that night, they all acted as one man.
Oh, elle est chiante, elle. Quand cette malencontreuse pendaison a-t-elle eu lieu?
You don't have to keep answering his questions.
I know, Lizzie. Relax. We killed him last Sunday night. Seemed like a good way to end the week.
Depuis combien de temps connaissiez-vous la victime?
Known him? We don't associate with scum like that, asshole.
Yeah! Who do you think we are?
Who do you think we are?
Quiet. He came around about 3 weeks ago when that Pines cow first sailed into town. Happy?
By the Pines cow, you mean Joyce Messier? The representative for White Pines? The same company you're striking against?
No. I mean the Pines cow. The stupid-ass cow they sent in to fuck us over. But you know what?
Why don't you ask her about the pretty boy? I'm sure she has interesting things to say when you ask her hard enough.
That's enough insinuation for today, Titus. Officer, your interview is drawing to an end. Don't waste your last questions.
Pourquoi vous l'avez tué?
Why? 'Cause he was worthless mercenary scum. And he stepped out alive in my town.
Donc c'est un mercenaire, n'est-ce pas?
And he stepped out of line.
What kind of mercenary?
The kind that shows up when you start a strike. The experienced kind, too. Had Cohoy and Semenine written all over him. Ex-Oranese special
Ça pue cette histoire.
A live grenade, right here in our bar.
I can't prove it, but I know He was sent by the Wild Pines. They hire merc shit like that. Story of every strike from here to Samara.
Pas si vite, comment savez-vous qu'il était dans les forces spéciales?
Cause one night he walked straight up to the mic and said, "I'm RE's goddamn special forces, and I'm gonna fuck you all."
Really?
Yeah, really. Had a gin and tonic up there, sang some RE's paratrooper song, and said he's gonna fuck everyone.
We couldn't believe it either, but he fucking did, right there. Like some kind of animal.
Qu'est-ce qu'il a fait de mal au juste?
Wrong. He harassed women, raped one, harassed workers, threatened to kill some as a warning.
There's slight unease in him suddenly. He regrets mentioning the rape.
To kill us all, if we don't open the gates, if we don't let the scabs in, if we don't bend over. And that was before he started coming here.
Yeah, he said it was his favorite joint now. Started coming here every night. Drinking, grabbing girls. Grabbed one of ours mid-karaoke, right there on the stage.
He grabbed someone?
Yeah. This girl's on the mic. A beautiful girl, young. Gets into the second verse of Lover Lake. The fucker grabs her legs, starts screaming. "Show me your cunt! Why don't you show me your cunt?" Then, he gets knocked on the head with a wine bottle. Doesn't even fall down.
C'est la même fille qui l'a agressé sexuellement, violé comme vous dites.
Aren't you fucking listening? My man is talking to you. He took care of it. They got the girl out before.
Alors c'est pas la même du coup.
Yeah, me and Eugene got her out. Aren't you fucking listening?
Dans ce cas, il a violé qui? C'est grave comme accusation.
No, you're not getting the name. That's a Martinez matter. I'm not discussing it with you clowns.
There's nothing you can do for now. He's stonewalling you.
Comment l'avez-vous tué?
We hanged him up by his neck until he got real still. Wasn't that obvious, copper?
Didn't they teach you anything at the cop school, idiot?
The autopsy showed there were no ligature marks. His hands were not tied. Can you explain that?
The lieutenant goes in for the leg sweep. Titus does not see it coming.
Look, I'm not gonna play 20 questions with you, capo. I'll say it again. We killed him.
Il a dit on l'a tué.
Yeah, I knocked him out. Came up behind him and clapped him in the back of the head. He went down.
L'erreur là, ouais, il y a eu une merde là. Je me disais bien que ça me paraissait bizarre ce que j'entendais, ce que je lisais.
That's right, lawman. And can we hang the fuck?
Monsieur Tat, qu'avez-vous utilisé pour assommer la victime?
My fucking elbow, copper. Samaran boxing style.
Où est-ce que ça s'est passé tout ça?
Right fucking here. Eugene already told you that the fuck had started coming to our bar.
Yeah, man. Weren't you listening?
Titus is solid as a rock, and so are a few others. But...
Avant tout, lequel sait le plus garder son sang-froid?
Elaine, who looks like he might be Titus's right-hand man, the least antsy of the bunch. Definitely not his first time being questioned by the police. This little rat-faced fellow is solid too. Always fidgety, yes, but no change there. Him neither. Mostly keeps to his tomato juice, or whatever he's got there.
Pardon, le jus de tomate, ça me fait rire.
Tomato juice? Just tomato juice? A non-alcoholic tomato juice? What's the point of that?
What's the point of not drinking? Qui craque sous la pression? Celui-ci. Il suit à grosses gouttes et a du mal à respirer. Jusqu'à présent, ils l'ont astucieusement évincé de la conversation. C'est le maillon faible de la chaîne, assurément.
A single sentence would wear him out. He can't take the length of the questioning. Keep it going long enough, and he'll crack.
Vous me cachez quelque chose.
Fuck off, copper.
This one is a stone wall. You won't get more out
Eh
of
vous,
them.
vous avez du mal à respirer?
No.
Il lève les yeux, surpris, le front ruisselant de sueur. Quelques mèches bouclées dépassent son épais chapeau en lainage.
Of course he's having trouble breathing. Just look at how fucking fat he is.
Fuck off, Shanky. Angus is a powerful guy. All muscle.
Keep your eye on this powerful guy. Sooner or later, he's going to break like a piece of toy.
Bon, j'ai d'autres questions au sujet du lynchage.
Like what, copper?
On fait quoi maintenant?
Nothing. Your investigation here is done. Leave Martinez, go back to your stations where you belong.
Ça marche pas comme ça, meuf.
I think we're going to stick around, thanks. Some things don't add up here, Titus. I've done this job for long enough to know that people don't just confess to first-degree murder. Even if it is a group responsibility. We're going to look into this.
Good luck with that. You've heard everything a rent-a-cop is gonna hear from us. Real law officials. You're lucky you didn't get a beating. Again.
Good one.
About fucking time. Oh, so you went and talked to my mommy, and now she's making me play with you. Is that it, Logan?
And what's gonna happen if we don't? You're gonna go and tell on us?
Très mature, les gars. Et Eva vous a passé le beau, exact?
Yeah, I heard him. Now fuck do you think I'm doing here? You'd have your ass handed to you if it wasn't for the boss man's word.
J'ai tabassé Gavroche. Jauge Caboche, pardon.
State this very clearly, Capo. Hello, officer. I'm Titus Hardy, and these are my boys. Hardy boys.
Devinez quoi, j'ai établi un lien entre vous et le trafic de drogue local.
Like hell you have. There is no local drug trade. This place is as clean as a rifle. Go back to Jamrock and ask the local junkies how clean your streets are in Precinct 41 Kilo.
We'll do that. In the meantime, did you know that there's an abandoned lorry at the intersection that was used to move raw ingredients for drugs from
C'est pas moi, c'est un des mecs là.
The person driving it was present at the hanging. It was one of you. We've connected the footprints. Detective, do you want to deliver the coup de grâce?
The thought forms in your head, like a lightning strike branching in the sky.
Non, à vous l'honneur, vous l'avez mérité.
Thank you. You're right, Titus. There is no local drug trade, because it's all controlled by you. You're the drug trade.
That's a mighty interesting theory. I guess that's what you would need to do, theoretically. A big, strong state.
C'était au cas où, c'est pas moi qui me fais menacer comme ça.
Beat the runs on the street.
Yeah, man. Theoretically, that's what you would do. To get rid of the gangs, the dealers, even some of the junkies.
You would need good, trustworthy people to take their place, of course. Hardy men to run such a monopoly. For the good of the community, of course.
Ça a germé, vous avez été faire du blé en opposant vos propres citoyens. Bonne idée, les gens continueront toujours à se droguer, au moins de cette manière vous contrôlerez les choses. Ouais, continuez à vous mentir, je sais de façon certaine que le coin déborde de cam.
No, there aren't. Some little shit and his dad are doing speed. Who fucking who? Stuff's probably from Jamrock.
Little shit. That's Kuno in the yard.
Whatever you've seen is peanuts. Look at the big picture, man. The place is a paradise.
Voilà.
And all thanks to
Donc c'est bien
Hardy
eux.
Boys.
Theoretically, of course. We're just talking politics here. My answer to your drug accusation is, how dare you? Go fuck yourself.
Not quite yet, Mr. Hardy. There were 8 sets of prints on the crime scene. There are only 7 Hardy boys here.
La 8ème hardy, celle qui manque, c'est celle qui mène la barque, exact?
My answer is fuck off. Mind your own business. There is no 8th Hardy. I run this goddamn scene.
And here we go. Back to the usual.
Ta gueule, toi.
I know. Fatty walked on all fours. He's so fucking fat he left 2 sets of footprints.
Bâtard.
Despite everything, the little man is quick on his feet.
Go fuck your mom, Dennis.
That's more like it, boys. You heard him. It was Angus on all fours. Anything else you need to know?
J'ai parlé à Joyce, le mercenaire que vous avez pendu, eh bien ses potes vont venir vous faire la peau.
Yeah. By friends, you mean his squad mates from Crenell.
Wouldn't want to beat up his grandma.
Un petit rire parcourt l'assistance. Certains hommes se reposent leur bière.
Nervous, snickering. There's a rush of adrenaline present.
Ouais, ils sont en train de constituer une sorte de tribunal et ils vont venir vous trouver.
This is what happens if you take the law into your own hands. Other people start doing it too.
Let them come. The Hardy Boys are right fucking here.
You heard the man. Right here. We're armed. We got the whole district behind us. And Glenn. Glenn is fucking crazy.
Yeah. A well-oiled murder machine.
The mood is on the rise. They're feeling confident, ready to punch out the whole Merc platoon.
Sœur de Crenel sent pas bon, vous savez, pas vrai?
Pardon. The fucking barman.
Il a vraiment fait l'enfant.
And the Madre scum. You've been out there. Seen any around?
Yeah. Where are they now, huh? Sent back to Madre in an airtight cargo crate.
These people are trained military professionals, special forces, as you said. They're not a gang or barmy army.
No, they're not. They're uncoordinated and drunk. We know more about them than you think.
Les mercenaires sont équipés d'armes automatiques.
We got weapons of our own. We got Ister 50s, Zeelagers. Glenn's got a knock cannon at home.
Leurs balles peuvent percer une balle une armure en céramique.
I guess we're gonna see, aren't we?
Qu'est-ce qu'on verra? Qu'elle rebondisse dessus?
Yeah, like you've been up against ceramic armor. You haven't even seen the whole suit, right? I've seen the whole fucking thing, and it didn't make him immortal.
C'est vrai que ceci dit, il est quand même mort, le mec. Joyce a dit qu'ils ont reconstitué leur propre faction, personne ne les contrôle.
Big fucking surprise. They hire psycho scum, arm them to the teeth, and let them loose in the city. What do you think is gonna happen?
War. War never change.
He's really prepped himself up for this. He has to keep the fear in check.
What do you mean, okay?
Je veux dire, ok, ils vont vous laminer, Titus. Ok, vous avez raison, vous avez l'avantage du nombre. Je veux dire, ok, je serai de votre côté quand ils débarqueront. Ok, vous avez un flingue de plus à vos côtés une fois que j'aurai retrouvé le mien, je l'ai perdu. Ok, je suppose que je vous flinguerai en même temps que...
No, they won't. Get out of here with your negative energy.
All he means is that the situation is serious.
No wonder you cops get shot to shit every day. Can't go to war.
Oh putain, c'est pas mal. Allez, on tente. Fils de pute.
Yes. Authority. Feverish thoughts race through your mind.
C'est tout ce que j'ai?
Did you already try the gun thing? I hear the gun thing is excellent and has great results.
Non, parce que je vais mourir si je fais ça.
You're probably right. The others are only there for filler. To make the gun thing pop.
Stop shitting your pants. You don't need to know, all right? We took care of it. The law handled it, all right?
Yeah. Aren't you listening? It's done. Finito.
Vous n'êtes pas la loi c'est moi.
For God's sake, stop shouting! Stop breaking things in my establishment! Stop provoking those oafs!
Sounds like someone's damn broke.
They're not going to give you anything, can't you see? I can't have a police interrogation in here. People are trying to eat.
Ce ne sont pas vos oignons, le taulier.
Of course it concerns me if you make this kind of...
Easy, babes. What is this? I can't have a slap fight in my bar. It's embarrassing.
We are deep in Far's territory. We need to cool off and re-engage later.
Everyone can see you picked some wrong options. Next time you have to come up with better things to say.
Bah, je t'emmerde. Toi, t'as un truc à dire, toi.
I've got nothing to say to you. I am not.
You could be Liz. You could be anything. You could even be a model.
Even a mod? Glenn, I went to law school. I am an attorney.
He's right. With a face like that, she could be on the cover of Le Debutante International.
So fucking what? Lots of models are actually really smart people, fuckwad.
No, Glenn, they aren't.
Bon, toi, t'as un truc à me dire, toi.
Can I help you?
Ok, non, tu t'as rien à me dire. Faut qu'on parle, Kim, non?
Oh, hello, dear.
Non, pas toi, Kim. Je m'en fous de toi.
Yes?
Bon, c'était chaud comme conversation, non? Toi, tu peux me reparler, toi, ou pas? Raciste.
Again? I can't believe this shit.
There's something that binds you to him. The police of animals. Yes, of course, you don't have...
Yes?
Bon, eh ben, c'est la marde, hein. Je peux lui redire quelque chose ou pas? Je peux reparler avec eux?
What is it?
Putain, mec, cette façon de marcher, c'est vraiment une façon de marcher de kéké, hein.
Again.
Good one.
About fucking time.
Start
Non,
once
monsieur
the word
Moito.
sitting Kofsel across, asymmetric, and then in the far corner, size 41, in the mid. In conclusion,
The fuck is with you?
Bon, je sais pas où aller maintenant. Démontrez votre autorité au Hardy. Mercredi, donc demain. Qu'est-ce qu'on peut faire maintenant?
Kuno's like Kuno doesn't...
Kuno doesn't fucking care!
What do you see? What do I think? A mob of people brought something heavy to the tree. One of them was carrying the victim. They shuffled around, especially under the tree. Then, after hoisting him up, they stood in a semicircle facing his direction. At first glance, this appears to be a lynching.
Indeed. They all...
So far, so good. Only one thing missing.
Of course, there were 8 tracks, but there are only 7 Hardy Boys.
Mm-hmm. Which one is missing, do you think? I'm going to say it was our old soul.
Donc, Drôle de Semelle était présent sur les lieux du lynchage, mais pas dans la salle à manger?
Yes. I doubt the Hardys are going to tell us much, but we should still confront them about the possible drug trade connection.
Bah, on l'a déjà fait, ça. Oh, il neige! Oh! Oh!
You see a set of tire
Merde,
tracks.
pardon. Oh, il fait neige! Oh, le mood de Martinez avec ce temps, par contre, c'est incroyable. Non, mais toi, rentre, par contre, je t'en supplie. Gamine, rentre.
Every snowflake is like a little... I do my studies at home at the moment. I have to help Mum keep this. Mum says it's
There is stress and unease behind these words. She's reciting etiquette.
Qui est-ce?
Oh, that's Auntie Billy. She's nice if a bit distressed.
C'est ta tante?
No, sir. She's a working woman who comes to look at the books a lot.
Pourquoi est-ce qu'elle a l'air triste?
I think she is a bad husband. Not very nice or helpful.
My husband? No, he's not.
Cette gamine là-bas a dit que vous aviez un mari peu recommandable.
Excuse me? A bad husband? What do you mean?
Genre ni gentil ni serviable.
Do policemen just go around repeating what some kid off the street said?
Ce sont ses mots, pas les miens, je demande, c'est tout.
Can I get
Il y avait marqué elle est très mûre pour son âge.
Mr. Policeman?
Donc vous n'avez pas un mari peu recommandable?
No, I don't. I have a good husband. The kind and helpful sort. And he's not missing.
Alors où est-il?
I don't know. At home now? Out drinking with his friends? Working?
Where is this going, officer?
Donc ce que j'entends, c'est que vous ne savez pas vraiment où se trouve votre mari.
Yes, but I don't really need to know where my husband is. Not all the time.
Vous aimeriez pas le savoir?
No. Why are we still talking about this? I haven't lost my husband.
Peut-être que votre cacao OS a disparu. Je vais retourner parler à la meuf de Wildpin. Ouais, t'as vu, c'est beau la neige, hein. Neige! Y a pas d'animaux dans le jeu. Je viens de calculer. Y a pas de toutou ni de chat. Et ça me rend triste. Mais il y avait marqué les gars, elle est mature pour son âge, hein. C'était horrible. Hein. C'était la Link the Sun answer.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with? More lessons in base. Glad to have been. Of course. I am sorry. Of course.
Ok, non, je m'en fous.
She nods.
What would you like to? Good. I fear I've.
Ok.
Is there anything else I? Oh. Of course.
Ok, bon, bah du coup on va aller parler, on va aller voir si Evrart n'a pas quelque chose à me dire. De toute façon on doit attendre 21h et normalement du coup l'écluse est ouverte, donc on peut descendre pour aller récupérer ses signatures. Et si on fait ça, il va nous rendre notre insigne ou notre flingue, je sais plus, un truc comme ça. Les signatures pour Evrart. Comptable des ordres grâce à la boîte aux lettres située sur la place en face du Withering Rag. Ok. On va déjà aller voir Evrart pour voir s'il a pas un truc à nous dire à propos de ses boys. Oh, il y a un truc là.
There, working class drunk. You know what this means, right? Cracked it. All in a good day's work.
Attends, j'ai fait quoi exactement?
What do you mean? What did I crack? Look at how working class that.
Ah merde, il m'engueule, ok. Il s'agit de la troisième option, c'est ça?
No. Stop goofing around, recruit.
Son mari, il s'agit du mari disparu.
Yes, and you found him. Now go and tell the working class woman. Protect and serve, recruit.
Je suis en train de me ridiculiser.
Make any sense? Does honor? You're not a filthy philosopher. You're an officer of law. It's time to ace this case and not brood over your reputation. We can deal with the perception management later.
C'est n'importe quoi.
Not honorable, recruit. Not honorable at all.
Oh, il n'y a plus de neige. Peut-être je peux appeler le poste 41, tiens.
Inside, you see a set
Je m'en
of
fous.
steering levers, a radio microphone.
Video kill the radio star.
10-4, come in, officer.
J'ai rien à leur
Roger
dire.
that.
Ok, très bien.
10-10, over and out.
This is Precinct 57. How may I... This is... Sylvie? Yes. Oh, great. What? No, absolutely.
That came so fast. Baseball?
Non mais je sais pas.
Anything at 57.
In the cabin.
Je sais pas, j'ai tenté. Hein. Ah, ça me gratte, au secours! Toi là-bas, là. T'as un truc à dire, toi, non? Non. Ok, Maniana. Non, Maniana, il a rien à dire, lui. On va passer par là. Est-ce que je peux téléphoner à quelqu'un pour voir? Pas du tout. Allez, bisous. Vite, allons-y. Allons voir Evrart. J'arrive vraiment pas. En fait, c'est ça le problème avec les jeux comme ça, c'est qu'à un moment, t'es forcément paumé dans ce que tu dois faire. Mais je pense que l'écluse a été ouverte, du coup. Donc, normalement, on est bon. Normalement, on va pouvoir descendre et on va pouvoir aller récupérer les signatures et débloquer toute la partie sud de Revachol, de Martinez, de Jamrock. Merde, j'ai encore oublié, on est dans quel quartier? Je confonds toujours les noms.
Mr. Dubois, I hear the meeting with Titus was a glowing success. That's such a relief. Titus can be a handful sometimes.
Yeah.
Now, what can Everett Clare do for you today?
Je viens tout juste de terminer d'enquêter sur le trafic de drogue local.
Ah, yes. Your side investigation. Thank you. You've got some spirit clearing up phony drug accusations alongside this murder. I'll talk to the mayor and see if I can get you the key to the city, Harry. Now let's talk real business. Great.
No.
You want to... Absolutely, Harry. Most certainly. By all means, Harry. What's on your...
Non, bah écoute, il a rien à me dire, donc ok, ça marche. Chelou. À qui pourrais-je donc parler? Bah perso... Tiens, toi là, t'as rien à me dire, toi? Là-bas. Eh, papy?
Oh, hey, master.
Ok, non. Allez, salut. Bon, bah direction l'écluse. Direction l'écluse. On va aller voir... si elle est ouverte et si on peut descendre pour aller voir... pour aller récupérer les signatures de l'autre con. Enfin, les signatures de l'autre con. Pour les signatures de machin là, de Everett, qui pourraient du coup nous aider à récupérer notre flingue. Putain... C'est compliqué, mais c'est compliqué. J'ai regardé du Camelot aujourd'hui et je suis arrivé à la saison 4 et je crois que c'est ma... Je crois que mes deux saisons préférées c'est la 3 et la 4. Parce que, je sais pas, et la 5 évidemment, mais je veux dire, au niveau des épisodes courts encore, du format court, la saison 3, je sais pas, elle me fait trop rire. Elle me fait trop rire la saison 3, c'est parce que Perceval il a les cheveux super longs. Je sais pas, j'aime bien. Je trouve que ça fait beau. Je vais pas tarder à me coucher moi. Oh, bah écoute, bonne nuit à toi. Enfin, si tu vas te coucher maintenant ou si t'attends encore un peu, je sais pas, mais... Oh, l'écluse! Non? L'écluse?
A rusting control panel. You grab the handle.
Ah!
As soon as the metal connects against
Je pars à 23h. Oh, c'est mignon.
you hear a loud clunk.
Ah, ça fait 2 heures que je stream déjà, putain la vache.
The water lock starts moving.
Oh!
Okay, if we ever need to get to the coast, then this is the way. But please, contain your wanderlust for now. I don't want us to get sidetracked, not with everything that's going on.
Focus on one thing. Achieve it, then the next, he thinks.
Bon bah c'est parti. L'électricité bourdonne de l'antenne radio des pièces. Oh, il y a un truc là. D'autres camions abandonnés. Oh! Des lunettes de flic motard. Projection magnétique, art dramatique ou... Empathie ou logique. Non, j'ai dit... Oh, il y a un petit style quand même. Allez, on prend ça. Mais en plus, Sinistrail, tu vas voir, au niveau histoire, là, ça avance un peu. Ah bah surtout là. Voilà, ça y est, on avance. Vous entendez un grincement, c'est celui d'un essieu brisé. Vous savez ce que c'est cette voiture?
A banged up motor carriage lies half submerged in the icy water, slowly sinking into the Insulindian Ocean. Only the cabin top, rear wheels, and the engine remain visible.
C'est là que menaient les traces partant de la place.
It appears to be so.
Enquêtons.
I agree. We should definitely investigate.
You get a sudden, sinking feeling. Stomach acid comes up as you look at the motor carriage in the deep, dark, cold water.
Passez votre main sur le métal froid.
The motor carriage is properly stuck in the ice. Getting it out would require a team of specialists. A single day in the salty seawater would ruin most vehicles, but this one looks worn even in places the salt water hasn't touched it. Rust, moss, and sea life have already claimed it for themselves and initiated a slow decomposition process.
Qui est le constructeur de cette automotrice? Il y a un logo?
The logo is too deep in the murky water. You can't make it out, but you do see a monkfish float by.
Ça fait combien de temps qu'elle est là?
The ice hasn't closed around the vehicle yet. My guess is it's been here since last Saturday or Sunday.
Que doit-on faire?
Let's wait for the low tide and see what's inside.
Ça va prendre combien de temps que la marée basse n'arrive?
I don't know. An hour or two, tops.
Vous asseoir sur la balançoire et attendre que la marée se retire. Regarde ce mood.
As you sit down in the old rusty playground, the world around you becomes very silent. The hinges creak under your weight, dangerously so. Nothing but the sound of seagulls high above in the sky, echoing like distant laughter. Ice cracks around the blue motor carriage in the sea.
Je vais tenter.
The tune on your lips forms a strange yet undeniably beautiful contrast with the surrounding bleakness. The lieutenant gives you a quick glance, then, still looking straight ahead, he joins you with a higher pitched and slightly more melodic trill. The wind blows. In the distance, behind the church, some vagrants are having an argument over a bag of tear they found in the reeds. Further away, a flock of seagulls lands.
C'est un mood incroyable ce passage.
The clouds pass in the sky, and the shadow of the swing moves
Regarde.
like the hour hand on a timepiece. 30 minutes have passed.
Votre père était aussi, vous savez, faire un geste vers vos yeux. Votre père était aussi, vous savez. Ok, horrible. La marée prend tout son temps. Vous préférez vous asseoir sur une fourmilière pendant 1 heure ou vous tenir dans une rivière sangsue?
I believe it's following a pattern set
Non mais c'est mort.
millions of years ago by cosmic forces. But I suppose it could move quicker. Yes.
Clouds on the horizon grow darker.
J'adore ce passage, il est vraiment trop cool. Kim et
30 minutes pass.
Si vous devez choisir entre un camp entre les grévistes ou la société de transport, que choisirez-vous? Vous croyez que je retrouverai mon arme un jour? Punaise, ça prend du temps. Vous devriez choisir qui?
Luckily, I am already a member of an independent organization, and therefore do not have to choose between a rock and a hard place.
Est-ce qu'il y a quelqu'un vous mettez un pistolet sur la tempe?
Your voice echoes on the water, strange and out of place in the environment. 30 more minutes pass.
Vous voyez la marque maintenant?
Detective, I've been able to make out the mark ever since we arrived. I find it odd that you haven't. It's a Capri, Model 40.
Yes. Why haven't you?
It is a simple and rugged machine, favored by working men, government offices, firefighters, animal control people. You know, those kinds of people.
C'est un numéro de série, c'est un numéro sur le côté?
Yes, 41. What do you think it stands for?
41, c'est son rang dans la hiérarchie des courses urbaines clandestines. Vous frottez le menton, c'est un petit joueur celui-là. Ça va être Tommy 41, l'animateur du matin sur FM 41. On dirait que l'usine a fait une erreur et accidentellement appelé celle-ci Capri 41, rire moqueur. Qui sont bêtes, c'est dans cette usine. Vous détestez les devinettes? Je déteste les devinettes. Un poste, un district, quelque chose de municipal. Vous frottez les tempes, vous avez une vilaine migraine. Oh Seigneur, non.
I'm sorry, Harry. I'm so sorry.
41. Precinct 41. A massive pit opens up in your stomach, and the most terrible feeling comes over you. You feel like you're about to faint and fall off the swing. Your hands get clammy, and the air tastes sour to breathe.
C'est ma voiture.
Oh God, Harry. Oh God, Harry. What did you do? No. Just nope. Say no to this, Harry.
Non, non.
Yes, your car is in the sea. Face it, so we can start dealing with this.
Oh mon Dieu, c'est moi, j'ai conduit ma voiture dans la mer.
I'm afraid so, yes. It looks like you drove your police motor carriage into the sea, after you jumped across the canal.
Peut-être que je pense à chez quelqu'un.
Of whom? I don't think so. If anything, you were probably drunk.
Probably.
Comment on fait pour la...
Definitely.
Comment on fait pour la dégager?
Detective, we don't. A rescue operation really isn't viable at this point.
Alors, elle va rester ici comme ça?
I'm afraid it will have to be there like that for many years. Look at it. Parts of it might be salvageable, but overall, this machine is a write-off.
Je peux toujours la réparer?
That is very unlikely. All the electrics are toast. That goes for the electromagnetic steering and brake systems as well.
De direction.
You'd be lucky to find one undamaged component in there. In a few months, there will be nothing but rust left of this vehicle. It'll be cheaper to buy a new one. Well, not cheaper. This motor carriage costs 40,000 real. But in the long run, it still makes more sense to buy a new machine than try to refurbish.
Je n'ai pas autant d'argent. Je n'arrive même pas à payer une chambre d'hôtel. Les gens vont être en colère contre moi, n'est-ce pas? Mais c'est une catastrophe!
Let's face it, this is a substantial loss to your district's budget. I mean, my station only has 4 other vehicles in addition to my kinema.
Ils ne vont pas me reprendre après ça, n'est-ce pas?
People are more valuable than machines. Training a police officer is even more costly.
People, yes, but not you.
L'insigne, l'arme, et maintenant ça.
The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and doesn't say anything.
Les choses allaient si bien, on sifflait joyeusement.
You can still whistle. Besides, the night is always darkest before the dawn.
Au moins on peut voir ce qu'il y a dedans maintenant. Je peux voir ce qu'il y a dedans maintenant.
Yes, let's go take a look.
Et oui, malheureusement, c'était ma voiture. L'insigne! Et la veste de commandant!
A police badge on which you see the photo of a man. You. Some seaweed is stuck to the back.
J'ai retrouvé mon insigne!
At least something good came out of all this.
Examinez l'insigne.
Encased between 2 durable plastic sheets is a bluish card with lines of information and a watermark in the shape of the street grid of Revachol West. You see a photo, a name, a rank, a document number.
On va avoir toutes les informations de mon personnage.
In the lower right corner, your precinct.
Inspectez la photo.
The man keeps winking at you with his green-grey eyes. The photo is old, no doubt about that.
De quand ça date?
8, maybe 10 years. The guy in the picture is rather good-looking. He's got a nice haircut and is distinctly lacking in massive sideburns.
Mais pourquoi il fait un clin d'œil?
What do you think? His face is already contorted by the expression, although it looks less grotesque on him than it does on you now. It looks better on him because he isn't in as much pain while producing it as you are now. Although there's already a hint of that pain, certainly. The badge in your hand shines as you
Putain, je commence à m'endormir, sa voix elle m'endort.
You see lines of information on it and a shining watermark.
Nom arrière du bois.
Harrier, that's long for Harry. So you are Harry. Evrard was half right. Probably not a lot of people know your full name. Whoever told him you're Harry Dubois didn't.
Étrange, je n'ai pas marqué Raphaël Ambrosius Costaud. Une seconde, c'est quoi ce prénom arrière? Mais je n'ai pas envie d'être arrière du bois. C'est quoi ce prénom arrière?
It's a wartime name. Revolutionary. The kind mothers give their sons during troubled times. Like Undying or Boxer or Ironhide.
It's meant to keep you safe. From bullets, hunger, shrapnel, kidnappings, and worse.
Bien. Arrière du bois. Arrière du bois. Soit.
Pleased to make your acquaintance, Harrier Dubois.
The badge in your
Il est vraiment trop gentil, Kim. C'est incroyable. C'est vraiment un bro de ouf.
You see lines of information.
Rang LNTN 2JFR.
Lieutenant W. Freighter.
C'est quoi un lieutenant double I Freighter?
The lieutenant is a rank above sergeant and below captain. It's the highest rank in the RCM that still does field work. I am a lieutenant.
Et lieutenant double I Freighter?
The title of Freighter is added to your rank when you decline a promotion to a higher rank. In your case, captain. You have declined twice, thus you're doubly a freighter.
Donc mon perso c'est un lieutenant qui a refusé 2 fois de passer capitaine.
There are many reasons one would do this. The rank above you in your precinct's decontage might be taken, or sometimes promoted officers do not want to replace their superiors out of respect.
Qui me le fratait, mais de ouf.
And sometimes they just prefer the type of police work available to their current rank. In your case, lieutenant.
C'est quoi un décomptage?
Decontage is the hierarchical system employed by the Revachol citizens militia. It means counting down to 2s. The lowest rank is junior officer, usually teenagers. Then there are the patrol officers, then sergeants, lieutenants, and then a captain. That's basically it, except for a few kings.
Few kings?
Kings like satellite officers and the additionally a freighter rank I already explained.
D'accord.
The long and short of it is, you're his superior.
Une seconde, des agents satellites?
You are given the title of satellite officer if your partner is quickly promoted through the ranks and you rise with him. You don't seem to be a satellite.
Donc vous supportez toutes mes conneries parce que je suis votre supérieur?
No, I've been putting up with you because despite an unconventional approach, you are doing good police work. It matters more than driving your motor carriage into the sea. And now we've even found your badge.
Il est vraiment trop gentil ce mec, hein.
For now. Try not to spoil it.
Je crois que mon grade c'était pochetron. Vous replongez dans le document. Bon, ça on l'a déjà lu. Numéro de série.
That's just the serial number. Revachol, Jamrock, Precinct 41, with some numbers thrown in there for good measure.
D'accord. Si la bienveillance était une personne, ça serait Kim. Ah ouais, de ouf. Date d'émission le 7 novembre 50.
4 months ago. I'm guessing that's when you were promoted to the rank of Lieutenant W. Freighter. A new badge usually comes with a new rank. You seem to have been doing well then.
The pain in your chest tells you you were working yourself to death to earn that rank. The case created a lot of edge you have to take off. The death march really gets us going.
Post 41?
Yes, it's the designation of your precinct. 41. Like mine says 57. The 57th is mostly industrial harbor. A lot of asphalt. The 41st is...
Quoi?
It's a tough station to work in. You have all of Jamrock to cover. That district should have 3 precincts, but money is what it is. But then again, it's a legendary district, and a hell of a station too. It must be an honor and a curse to work with people like Price, McCoy, Berdiayeva.
He knew all those people, although they're not from his station. They must be big. The badge in your hand shines as you...
Bon bah voilà, et j'ai un truc d'essence. Et je vais évidemment mettre ma veste de policier. C'est quoi ça? Esprit de corps et frisson. Ah non, j'ai froid du coup. Ok, bon. Eh ben écoute, on a retrouvé notre voiture et notre badge. Donc c'est cool. C'est très très cool. Donc je m'appelle Arrière du Bois. Arrière du Bois. PTDR. Non mais rigole pas, putain. Sinistra, c'était à chier comme blague. Franchement, t'aurais dû me laisser dans un silence gênant. Ça aurait été mieux. L'empreinte de neige dans la pas, elle s'éloigne de l'accident. Bonjour.
Hi, officer. Anything I can help you with?
Comme toujours, je suis le faiseur de loi. Il y avait écrit allez-vous-en. Ah, j'ai pas vu. Ça dépend où se trouve-t-on exactement. J'ai des questions à vous poser. Pour commencer, quel est votre nom? Où se trouve-t-on exactement?
Fishing village on the seashore. This place doesn't really have a name. It's sometimes called Elysium. The sign on the street leading here is illegible. Has been since they built this place.
Est-ce que t'as vu ces boucles d'oreilles, c'est des trucs de pêche? Est-ce que t'as vu que ces boucles d'oreilles, c'est des trucs de pêche? Je sais pas comment ça s'appelle. Comment ça s'appelle? Les machins là pour... J'avais... Putain. Ça, c'est street cred de ouf, ça. C'est des hameçons. Putain, ces boucles d'oreilles, c'est des hameçons, mec. Trop stylé.
The name is Lillian. People call me Netpicker. I think I have time for questions, and that was actually the second one.
Je cherche quelqu'un, vous pouvez peut-être m'aider.
Let's see. Who are you looking for?
Alors, je cherche d'un cryptozoologue.
I don't think I know
Ça
what
marche,
these are.
Sinistra. Bonne nuit à toi. Gros bisous. À demain soir pour du cyberpunk. Si tu es là, prends soin de toi et tchuss. Et tu regarderas la rediff, je le sais, donc voilà. Bisous, bisous. France, ce sont des gens qui recherchent des animaux difficiles à trouver.
Aha, like snowmen.
Des Yeti, j'en ai jamais entendu parler.
Two old guys have been wandering around here, nose in sand, talking nonsense about snowmen and the like.
Oui, où sont-ils passés?
Don't really know. Further down the peninsula, I guess. I mean, that's where they were heading. Who else are you looking for besides snowmen?
C'est toujours chercher personne de nous pour le moment.
Well, how can I assist
On m'a demandé
you, officer?
d'obtenir votre signature.
Who are you? This says by signing, I agree to living with construction noise. What exactly is the Union building?
Evrard prévoit de construire de transformer une partie du village en centre d'animation jeunesse.
What a nice idea. Wouldn't have thought that
Cru quoi, au juste?
Evrard and the Union have nice plans for anything. I thought they only cared about themselves. Well, I guess Union members have children too.
Vous voulez bien signer?
Aye. Why not?
Putain, eh. Gentille cette dame.
Fine. Here you go.
Merci.
You're welcome.
Que faites-vous par ici?
Like I said, fish mostly. Sail the waves, take care of the kids.
Elle a une voix très douce.
Right now I'm tarring a little skiff.
Quoi d'autre?
I sell the fish to people in the Delta to serve at their fancy restaurants. Authentic insular Indian cuisine.
Cuisine. Vous gagnez bien votre vie?
Sometimes I also walk to the beach to see what the sea has given up. The sea is full of surprises.
Réel chacal. Qu'avez-vous trouvé?
Wood, pieces of glass. Every once in a while we see dead bodies. Human, animal, fish, other odd sea creatures. A mine washed ashore once. Bottles, drugs also. Lost cargo in general. Most of the time it's just wood and glass.
Raft.
Mines. You need mines.
Parlez-moi un peu des cadavres d'hommes.
Well, you're barking under the wrong tree then, officer. I have no interest in floaters. Seen enough of them in my life already. Very unattractive bunch.
Sympa votre épée, montrez le sabre sur sa hanche. C'est quoi son histoire?
Unfortunately, the factory sold this one with a 3-year warranty instead of a story. It's to intimidate folks mostly.
Vous savez comment l'utiliser?
Not really. I know some basic moves, and I know it sure as hell beats a knife when you're in a tough spot.
But not when you're in a tight spot.
Elle en impose?
It's a regular mass-produced sword, like a shovel or an axe. Nothing fancy, just for intimidation.
Pourquoi en avez-vous besoin de tactique d'intimidation? D'intimidation. De tactique d'intimidation.
From time to time, people need a lesson in respect. That's just the way it is. Back in the day, I caught the eyes of many men. And believe me, men need a lesson in manners from time to time.
Réel ça. Je peux vous emprunter cette épée?
No, I'm afraid not. Tempting to confiscate the blade I used to keep these animals in check? You would put me in an early grave.
Is she flirting with you? A little? You think she might be?
Some went to patch their wounds, their lesson learned. Others were more thick-headed. And one of them, I ended up marrying.
Où est votre mari?
Gone.
The harbor seawall endures the wash of the freezing waves. Many things wash up against it.
Non mec, je pense qu'elle veut dire qu'il est mort son mari. Hein.
Some inanimate, some just no longer alive. You shudder.
Parti? Où ça?
To the waves. The sea took him. It was a long time ago.
Mes condoléances. Que s'est-il passé?
Who knows? Maybe he fell over. He didn't respect the sea. Went out there, drunk like a skunk, and sure enough, one day the boat was found floating empty. The bloated corpse turned up 2 weeks later. Now, before you tell me how sorry you are for my loss, know that it was 4 years ago, and I've moved on. There's only so much mourning you can do for a drunk with sinewy muscles.
She really likes those muscles, though. It's in the way she pronounces sinewy.
Il n'y a pas de meilleur remède au chagrin que le temps, n'est-ce pas?
Us working folk don't have the luxury to be bedsick with melancholy. I buried him, mourned for an appropriate amount of time, and went on. Life didn't really change that much for me and the kids.
This is neither a touchy nor a very interesting topic for her. She looks like she's ready to go on a date with another.
Non mais ça va, exagère pas, frérot.
Ask her. Both of you could need some action.
Je suppose que c'est votre skiff?
Sure is. The sun, I call her, coated with a fresh layer of tar just yesterday. It'll take some time for it to dry, assuming the sunny days continue.
Le beau temps? Attrapez un flocon de la paume de votre main.
Aye. Sunny days. You got a problem with that?
No, ma'am. We have no quarrel with sunny days.
Good. It would have been bad news had it turned out it wasn't a sunny day. Bad news for the skiff, bad news for the nets, bad news for the kid.
There's a moment's silence. She looks at the slushy snow melt on the yellow belly of the boat.
À votre avis, quand le bateau sera-t-il prêt?
In time, when the sea turns and the winds settle, she will be ready.
Waves wash the sand. A skiff moves across the mirror-smooth sea, far away from here.
Ok. Oh! Des belles bottes.
You take the legal documents out of the envelope. A 12 to 40 month.
Non, je vais pas lire ça, je vais pas m'en occuper. Everard m'a demandé des signatures, je vais lui faire ses signatures à la con. Y'a rien ici? Oh, c'est beau. Les planches craquent sur votre poids. Ouh là là, repart vite. Où est-ce du coup qu'il y avait marqué Get the hell out, tirez-vous? Ah putain, ouais. Allez-vous-en. Putain, trop marrant. Pas marrant. Non, c'est pas spécialement marrant, mais... Y'a quelqu'un ici? C'est verrouillé. Je vais visiter un petit peu. De l'argent, let's go. Vole le caillou! Les cailloux, les cailloux, les cailloux! Ça m'énerve! Ça l'énerve les cailloux? Bah c'est un nomade, hein. Baraque Kossu ou le clapier pécor, il fait pas la différence. Putain, j'ai plein de fringues sur moi, dis donc. Oh, il y a des clodos. Je vais aller parler à la petite vieille. Bonjour mamie. Bonjour mamie.
Welcome to the fishing village. Please lean in closer. I have cataracts.
Pardon, c'est pas drôle. Se pencher en avant.
Oh, welcome, police officer. We don't cause any trouble around here. And we don't want any trouble either.
We are not here to cause any trouble, madame.
Oh, of course. Last time we saw you around here was 12 years ago. You also came to take care of trouble then. Wish you did. But still, in Martinez, you're considered...
Je me gratte le nez, hein, je fais ce que je veux. Qu'est-ce que vous faites ici? Qu'est-ce que vous dites? Je suis déjà venu ici?
No, not you personally. I meant the RCM. Some of the men got into a fight. One of them killed another. Locked himself in that woodshed over there. He was brooding, needed some help opening the door. You got it open for him, It took him to think about what he'd done in a more secluded place.
She says
Oh
it
merde.
as if he was on some kind of
J'ai coupé la fin.
retreat.
Quel genre de mauvais présage? Si je suis considéré comme un mauvais présage, pourquoi personne ne m'a jamais rien dit?
Maybe they are afraid.
Pourquoi?
Because you're an ill omen. But you're still welcome here. As long as men with guns aren't chasing you. And maybe even then. Because that's the kind of fishing village we've built. I'm sorry there's not a lot of room to park the motor carriage. And not a lot of houses. Or a lot of people. My kids are long gone. Searching for treasure. Ah,
Oh putain, j'arrête pas de me gourer de couper avant la fin de la phrase. Excusez-moi. Qu'est-ce que je pourrais trouver où est-ce que je pourrais trouver me loger dans le village?
Stay. Most people here are trying to leave. That said, if lodgings is what you're looking for, I've got a free room in the shack.
Combien pour la chambre?
I won't charge you for it. Take it as a gesture of goodwill from the village to the RCM.
Une, vous me la laissez juste comme ça? Vous croyez pas que ce serait un peu déplacé de la part d'un émissaire d'accepter un logement gratuit? D'accord, je vais la prendre. Vous me laissez ça comme ça?
No one is using it, and God knows it's not much anyway. You can stay there.
D'accord, je vais la prendre.
Don't make an old woman regret opening her house to the police.
Well, if you are not in the hostel in the morning, I'll know where to find you. Here, in a shack.
Qu'y a-t-il dans ce village de pêcheurs?
Just us. It's barely a village anymore. We almost don't exist.
Qu'est-ce que vous insinuez?
This is pretty much a non-place. A gap. A blank spot on the map. Just a cluster of nameless shacks on a nameless street.
Il y a forcément quelque chose ici, dites-moi tout.
Over there, you can find more of the same. Shacks and trees growing wild. That's the pox.
Between here and Jamrock, a dusty sea of old trees, all covered in industrial soot. Small houses under them, an overgrown park.
J'ai l'impression d'avoir déjà entendu ce nom quelque part. Dites-moi en plus.
An old military hospital and its surroundings.
C'est ça.
Oh, it used to be, during the time of the suzerain. After the war, it was turned into a goodwill hospital for shell-shock veterans and folks looking for some quiet in the old sanatorium gardens. Now the area is crisscrossed with nameless streets.
Criss-cross. Comme le truc les gâteaux là, Chris Roll.
Shacks as far as
Chris
the
Pratt.
eye can see. The goodwill ran out. The staff left and the place was shut down. It's long gone by now.
Qui d'autre vit dans ce village?
Well, there's Lillian and her kids. A few new folks live in the house to the east. But they are away right now. And then there's the drunks. Not a pretty sight, but there's little we can do about it. Home is home, even for them.
J'ai déjà rencontré Liliane.
Lillian is tough.
Excusez-moi.
Tougher than the men here at least.
Pas tarder à couper moi.
If it wasn't for her and the kids, this place wouldn't have a spark of life left. Sooner or later, you'll see for yourself. Don't have to look long.
C'était ceux qui étaient en hauteur.
These guys.
Comment peut-on se faire de l'argent dans le coin?
Here, for you, no officer. The only money we have here is some coins the drunks tried hiding from their women and then forgot about.
Undercarts.
Très bien, je vous abandonne un autre sujet.
She nods, rinsing another piece of.
Qu'est-ce qu'il y a le long de la côte?
Not much. There's the abandoned church, the DeLorean Church of Humanity. It's been there since before my time even.
Pourquoi est-elle abandonnée?
Some things just don't fly, officer. Look around. Who'd go to church here? They built it 300 years ago. Must have been nicer then.
So, they don't hold services there anymore? The Ecclesiastes?
No, we've tried, but things just keep happening. Crime, accidents, other things. The place never stays open. It's a pity. It used to be such a nice church.
Que peut-on trouver en bas de la côte?
Before you get to the church, there's some ruins, an apartment complex, or some kind of electrical plant. Run-down bunch of houses. Of note, the old fish market up on the boardwalk, but it's closed. What? You're one of those real estate people with big plans? If you want a development opportunity, you can check out the abandoned building over at Land's End.
Le Finistère, je connais ça.
Used to be a supply depot, we think, sending goods and ammo across the bay. It's jammed shut though. We tried to get in, see if there was anything to sell or scavenge, but it's impossible.
Excusez-moi, je commence à être fatigué.
And now you know everything there is to know about this coast. Me? No one. Just an old washerwoman. Mother called me Isabel, if that's what you're asking. And my married name is Sadie. Now it's your turn, Mr.
Lieutenant Double Freighter arrière du bois.
Quite a handle you got there. So many titles. One of them, double.
On m'a demandé de vous faire signer ce document.
Eh? What's this about? Come now, I can't read all this scribble. Tell me what it says.
Everard veut transformer une partie de village en petit centre d'animation jeunesse.
Huh. I might be half blind, but it looks like part of the village is gonna be a street. The best part. The part we need to get out of our houses. I see Lillian's name is already here. The girl is too trusting. Either way, I won't sign union papers.
C'est quoi votre problème avec le syndicat?
I've seen it all before. You think they've got our interests at heart? Rich men are always selling poor men promises they never plan to keep. Then the poor get pushed out of their homes and the rich get a little richer. That's the way it goes. So no, I don't trust the fat man. And neither should you.
She is headstrong, but there's a slight
Bon, je vais aller dans la maison et je pense que je vais couper là pour ce soir.
The door has seen better days.
I'll wait outside to give you some time and privacy to check out your new living arrangement. But just after we are done with the day, I'll still be staying in the Whirling in Rags for the night. We'll meet in front of the shack in the morning.
The key turns with a satisfying click. You can enter the shack now.
On a une maison gratuite. Et il y a plein de trucs à voir. Ce moteur thermique complexe vrombit paisiblement tout en produisant une chaleur agréable. Le plancher craque sous votre poids. De vieux magazines de science-fiction, des livres de l'observation des oiseaux, un almanach de l'année 39.
A brisk coastal wind still howls against the window of the shack. Occasionally, the waves crawl in under the foundation, producing a low hum.
Écoutez.
The room feels muffled, like you pulled your hat over your ears. Outside, it is cold and windy, but you're inside, and it feels safe and warm.
What is this place to you?
Oh putain, j'ai eu un sursaut. Mon nouveau lieu de prédilection où je pourrais m'asseoir, boire et mourir en silence tout en regardant les vagues déferler. Ma base d'opération avancée sur la côte, c'est gratuit, je pouvais plus, c'est bien plus que suffisant, je pourrais vivre ici. On dirait que mon nouveau foyer, je me demande où est passé l'autre.
Westward, across the canal, towers the Whirling in Rags. Door number 1 on the second floor is locked. Behind it lies a trashed room. 1 floor below, behind a counter, stands an irritable man. In a small shack in the fishing village, a baroque heater hums quietly, emanating a sense of comforting warmth. A wash basin lies on the table, the water inside reflecting the somber face of the world. Far away, on the corner of Perdition and the Main, a nondescript building, obscured in a haze. It's vacant and lost, just like its tenant.
Merci étrange sensation pour ton évaluation Merci étrange sensation pour ton évaluation correcte de la situation actuelle.
Outside, the howl of the wind has picked up. The waves crash against the stilts again. It's as if you think the thought, but in someone else's voice.
Look under the floorboards.
Il y a un truc là-haut. Oh là 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 là. Alors cette veste. Oh putain. Oh incroyable. Y a quoi ici? Y a ça. Un miroir.
An old mirror hangs on the wall. You see the reflection of your face in it.
Ok bon, c'est juste un miroir. C'est quoi ça?
On the table, you see a bowl of water, a rough soap, and next to it, a small hand mirror. A straight razor soaks inside the wash basin.
Est-ce que se raser est le bon choix?
The water reflects back a vague image of your face. Nose bulbous and red, hair unkempt, wrinkles lining the eyes and forehead. The stash is gigantic. You'll be looking like a pansy without the chops. A fucking pansy. A fresh start looms ahead. Clean your...
Bon, allez, moi je vais couper là pour ce soir. Je commence à être fatigué. On a fait une bonne session et je pense qu'en vrai on y retournera très très vite. Je pense qu'on y retournera très très vite parce que c'est vraiment cool. Je me suis vraiment repris au truc. Là, faut vraiment qu'on continue. C'est pas ça. Voilà. Faut vraiment qu'on continue l'histoire. C'est trop bien. Bref. Je souhaite une bonne nuit s'il y a encore quelqu'un. On se revoit demain soir pour Cyberpunk. Ciao.